welcome. Penny Kakra. Penny Kakra. So what are your real names? Okay, and you are? Hey. You have English names. That was given to you.
Yeah, McMahon and Mackenzie.
Main and Mackenzie.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So they say Kakra, is this true?
Papa.
So you are very hot.
Very, very hot.
And you are the soft one.
Yeah, I'm like water. He's fire.
Oh, you're water and he's fire. Hey, wow. There you came, pal. Today we have water and fire. So who is wind?
In between water and fire.
There's wind. Do you have a terrier?
No, we don't have a terrier.
Are you the only children of your parents?
We are the only men.
Oh, the only boy? Yes. Okay, the only men. Hey, I nearly said boys. You're not boys. You're men. You're big men. And you gained your celebrity status out of your spiritual conversations that you have. So if we say you're spiritual people, are you traditionalists? Are you occultists? Are you pastors? Are you prophets? What are you?
Okay, so mystics, we always used to that description because when you say you are a pastor, you have to come up with a certain kind of package. And we do not conform to religious doctrines and all of that.
Okay.
We are strictly spiritual and mystical. And mystical people fall under the occult, which, as we all been to school, occult is really just meaning of secret, nothing dubious or devilish. We do not regard ourselves as spiritualists, as malams, as imams, as traditionalists, or whatever. Of course, we accept all the religious systems or the rituals that go on in all these separate religious groups. But we are mystics, and mystics are teachers.
Okay. So you are teachers?
About the Christians, about the Muslims, about the traditional belief system, and all that.
Okay. Yeah. So how old were you when you discovered this?
We were 13 when we stopped being Knights of the Blessed Sacrament, mass servants, as most people say.
So you were Catholics back then?
We are still Catholics.
You are still Catholics?
Yes.
Okay.
We still are Catholics. We still have pastor friends that we go to visit them at churches and stuff. But we were 13 when we stopped completely serving. First mass, second mass, we stopped wearing black and white. We stopped all of it.
What made you stop?
Growth. We had to be boys.
Enlightenment.
Yeah. We had to be boys.
Okay.
We had to get to know women, get to know adolescent stuff.
Okay.
And you can't be not a virgin and be a knight.
So you broke your virginity at the age of 13?
No. Also, from that point on, going forward, that's when we started learning things like, I can't even be a woman father.
Okay. So I just want to know, at the age of 13, you started doing things that you couldn't serve again.
Yes.
And some were breaking your virginity.
Yes, in between those, yes. As usual.
What, boys usually break their virginity at 13 years?
They make sure it wasn't rape.
So what got you to start this exploration in the first place?
I think you don't start or you don't reach a certain level where you have to initiate yourself into this. It's really a calling. And we've had our calling very early, since 13. To even be part of the Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish or be a nice, a blessed knight has to come with a calling. There are a lot of kids who were doing arts, who were playing football, doing other things. When we chose to follow the path of God and the Holy Mother, that was where we found our first calling. It's an inner call. Yeah, it was an inner call.
It was an inner call?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you just felt in your spirit that this is it?
Yes.
Either to stay off the serving of the Mass and explore life. So some of the things that you did were?
As a young person, you'd want to find out, especially from our background, we are very deeply rooted Christians. So we wanted to find out, okay, Holy Mary, Mother, let's try other churches.
We wanted to know God.
You got baptized in other churches, and it's not allowed, but we did anyway.
Okay, so you went to?
Adventist, we got baptized.
Okay.
We went to Jehovah's Witness. We started going around trying to, convince people that, awake those pamphlets.
Yeah, okay.
And then we also formed our little group where
prayer group.
Yes. Where we would actually have and harvest. So we actually formed a church, let me put it that way. And then that transcended into the traditional system, the voodoo, the juju, that's trying to see what is this thing, what is the killing of the chickens and the killing of the goats and the blood, what is it? Why are you trying to scare us? All that stuff. So we got to know that too, and then we elevated, traveled abroad, met other people that weren't black people, and they taught us more of the occult, the conjuration, the summoning, the saint calling, and all of the weird stuff that, other people have gotten mad and crazy from.
So it was out of curiosity that got you to where you are now.
Yes.
Wow. Now, somebody will be wondering, okay, everybody's curious. You went into, the Adventist. You went into being a witness. The Buddhism, I mean, which part of the Bible now got you to be curious to go into that side of it?
Well, when you study the Bible to a certain level, you realize that most of the teachings of the Bible has to deal with the devil, the gods being devils, our ancestors being demonized. So you have to understand, why do they fear the gods so much? Why is it that every time you go to church, the prophecy will have to come through from your family gods, your family this, your family that?
Who are those gods?
Who are those gods? So you realize the gods are our ancestors. How can you demonize my ancestors? Because we are not venerating them. So when you find that fine line between enlightenment, you realize that your gods or your ancestors are not your demons that are haunting your life. They are really your ancestors. And if you spoke to them, they will actually be the ones that will be playing five and defending you.
So you have to find a way of speaking to them.
Yes, venerating your ancestors.
So what about, you knowing that, okay, there's something hunting you down or haunting you down? What about that?
How would you know if a pastor don't tell you? And the pastor is telling you from the angle of a Christianity. What if the traditional priest is telling you from the angle of the traditional system? So we have to test both of them and see. The gods are not scary.
But could the pastor be right?
He could be right. The traditionalists could also be right.
Okay.
And that line, that thin line, is where the inner calling comes in.
Okay.
Because your brain has to be separated in the point where you see nothing evil about a traditional person. Because you can't be, a god can't ascend on you while you're wearing a kaftan. You have to get naked, wear traditional stuff, things that are traditional.
Wait, break it down. So you're trying to tell us that if you want to be a spiritualist, you can't dress in a certain way.
A spiritualist is different from...
You don't be a spiritualist.
So what is it?
You either are a spiritualist or you are not.
Or you're either born or not.
Yes.
So are you spiritualists?
We are born that way.
You were born a spiritualist.
Yes.
Oh.
You cannot understand the gods from a spiritualist perspective if you are not born with it or you don't have the clairvoyance, the hearing, and the sight.
So you started hearing?
Yes.
At what age did the hearing start?
When we were in the Catholic service.
That's when you started hearing?
Yes.
What were some of the things you were hearing?
And just speak through candles, the fire. We always lit the candle for mass, and the fire spoke.
What did you hear? Like some of the things you heard?
Mostly it's just messages.
Like what?
Make sure that you put the, we have cloths that we lay the tables with. It will burn. Don't put it here. Get the communion. Those whispers. And then you start to think, maybe just your head playing with you.
Are there not the sixth instincts that everybody has?
Are they not what?
The sixth instinct that everybody has.
Some instincts will lead you to problems.
Okay.
It will make you go into a marriage or go into start a car to a road that is very bad for your car. So these instincts, you cannot rely on them. You need God's intuition. And that is what is called the inner call.
Okay.
You hear it clearly sometimes you don't hear it very well. That's why pastors, traditionalists all fall into problems. You ask them, hey, didn't you see it?
Didn't you see that this girl was trying to tempt you?
Didn't you see that your children were going to get into an accident? The clairvoyance can be blocked. Your sight, your spiritual sight, the fourth
smell,
your smell, all of these things can be blocked. These senses that make you spiritual can be blocked. You can face attacks. And it is constant prayer, constant rituals, constant veneration of your inner core, your inner gift, charging them. That is when you'll be able to know that, all right, this one is lying.
So now you veered off Christianity?
No, not veered of it.
So you're still Christians?
Yes. Nothing stops us from being Christians.
Do you go to church?
We don't go to church. The church is in us. This is a prayer talent. I don't need to be in a church. I know how to chant with it. I know how to pray with it.
You chant with your prayer thing?
Yes. Some people are just hovering it over their head, taking pictures with it.
So how do you chant with it?
It's a secret that I will tell you behind the scenes.
You can't say it on TV. My viewers are very important.
I mean, it's not necessarily a secret.
You want to know, right? Yeah. So how do you chant?
Some knowledge.
I'll give you some knowledge of it. Like these parts, there are special types. These parts are all not woven. It's the snail from the sea. There's oil, a special oil in them. So these parts can actually cure a lot of things. Like if a child has delayed speech, autism, aggression, that kind of part. But people don't know that.
Okay.
This is not even supposed to touch a woman who's on a period. These parts are not supposed to be touched with a hand that you wipe your ass with.
What?
Yeah, it goes on and on and on and on.
But from the Christian perspective, they are taught in a different way how to use it. But from a mystical Jewish perspective, you're also giving different kind of
Which is the real source.
Which is the real source.
Which is a real source.
Yes.
Yes.
See,
But your belief is different, isn't it? Because
not.
if my belief is that it doesn't happen like that, then obviously it won't happen like that.
What is your belief on how to use it?
No, I'm just saying, if my belief is that even if I'm in my menses, I can still hold it and pray with it,
Okay.
obviously, that's my belief, and so it's supposed to work that way, right?
But belief is for blind people. Nobody needs to believe in anything. Not God, not the devil, not riches, not rituals, nothing.
we
You
don't have to
know.
believe.
You don't have to believe.
But
You have to
can
know.
you have faith?
Faith is an important part of our life as human beings. It lifts our spirits up.
But the Bible says we should have faith, right?
I can read the Bible. What if I'm a Muslim? What
So
does
if
the
I
Bible
am a
say?
Christian and I'm reading the Bible and that's what my Bible says,
Says.
then it should be so, right? Because that's
You
what
will
my
have to have a
Bible
very
says.
strong spiritual force to pull that faith into moving the mustard. What was
The mountain.
to moving the mountain. A lot of people have faith. Nothing changes for them. Sometimes you need the power of God to actually move the mountain. Faith never did so much for anybody who did not have a spiritual power that was moving it.
Yeah, because so if I have faith in what is on your neck, and I know that I pray with this and I get my results or I get my answers, and whether I'm in my menses or not, but anytime I pray with it, because of my faith, I get my answers, my faith has worked.
This is mine. I don't go into cycle. But if it is for a woman, you're supposed, it's natural. Period is natural. There's nothing demonic about it. So if it is for you, you can use it in that way where you are still in your red days. But for me, I don't.
Okay.
So there is no need or any reason for any woman, my mother, my wife, nobody to touch it.
Okay.
That is for me.
That's for you.
But the belief, like my brother was saying, is blind. The blind man doesn't believe. He knows that there's darkness. He has faith that, oh, there's light. Some people are seeing. Why am I not seeing? So belief, faith, it's really, honestly, kind of bogus.
Are there times that it's right to chant? Or you can chant at any time?
The question again, please.
Chant. Is there a specific time to chant?
Chant?
Yeah.
Well, chant, pray. So as mystics, we use certain kind of vocabulary. But basically, chant is prayer and all that. There are particular times to pray. There are times that the prayers enter into the universe. And sometimes the witching hour is one powerful time. And there are times that are specifically, you don't pray when you are mostly sad. You don't pray for goodness when you are sad. You don't pray for,
Wait, you don't pray
for goodness.
when you're sad?
When
No,
you're
you
sad.
don't.
Really?
You don't pray for marriage when you are heartbroken. You don't pray for healing when you are sick.
Okay, walk us why. now I'm very
Slow down,
interested.
slow down.
Why?
Because, okay, so because, Mackenzie said that because when you pray in your most saddest moments, or when you are going through a depression or broken heart, those moments are your weakest moments. And you pray, God, as this man, as this woman has broken my heart, whatever disappointed me, bring me a man or a woman that will love me better. Now, when we are desperate, you do not go into a deal with God or the devil.
When you are hungry.
When you are hungry, that's when you are broken. Your spirit is low. Low spirits invite low vibration spirits or energy. And you pray desperately and seek for a man or a woman. They will come. By the marriage that you prayed for, you did not pray that you wanted a man that will come and take care of you. That will not come and beat you. You will not be specific with your prayer because you are desperate.
Because you need man.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't go to baby.
See you flat no.
Erade, me too quiet free Ghana.
Me pay. No akọ kata.
Na ko Dubai.
Enko bio.
Na ko aboche 10 years. Na untimi e ma ni bi ma obusuafo.
Wow.
Yes.
So then in times like that, no prayer. Or what prayer do you have?
You manifest.
Okay.
Manifestation is different.
Okay.
You dream into reality. You envision what you want into the physical plane. Nipa, we are very powerful. What we think of moves. It's not faith. It's really a matter of power, source.
Okay.
Faith cannot move.
So I'm brokenhearted.
Yeah.
I want a husband. At that time, I just have to start manifesting the kind of man I want. Is
Yes.
that what it is?
Draw him in your mind and in your heart.
Yes. If it's a Denzel-looking man, you put his picture, you imagine it.
Envision it.
Yes.
So that thing really works.
it works. More than the desperate crying.
And the wailing, Erade.
So if I start imagining like $100 billion, it's gonna happen?
It's going to happen.
it can happen?
It's going to happen at the right time of manifestation. If it's on a full moon, if it's on your soul day, if you are around the right place, you are in the right cloth, you have eaten the right kind of foods. What the mojanama, you don't manifest money or wealth.
Only because the candidate will see a manifest. It's very important.
Like for instance, if you are sick and you are laid on a sick bed, as you take your drugs or you are sick, just contemplating on how weak your body is, manifest you physically getting up, walking out from the hospital or bed. And you see that it's really a very powerful, these things take years, months. Sometimes it takes, like what you said, a strong faith. And people's faith comes in when they are desperate, and it will never work.
Oh, really?
That desperate stuff never works. Like you've waited for 9 months for your wife or your partner to, finish all the trimester, whatever. He's on the bed. They are about to put the cutlass and the saucer into a womb and cut the baby out. That's when you think you want to pray to God? No.
You say God is not for you.
Yes.
God is a covenant-keeping God. You have to have a covenant with God that whatever that you desire shall be yours. You do not ask God for anything. Whatever we desire on earth is ours. So we manifest good husbands, good wives, good friendship, companies, wealth, prosperity, opportunity, because it is ours. We deserve it. Positions at workplace. I manifest that your seat is mine.
That is not juju.
That's not juju.
It is just mine.
You manifest that my seat is yours.
Yes.
You better stop.
So that's when your God and my God will start to see which one is more favored by the universe.
Really?
Yes.
But isn't it one God we serve?
Yes, one God, the creator.
So which one is your God and my God?
My God and your God is that God is one for all of us, but each of us has a separate relationship with God. You believe you have to go to church on Sundays to communicate with God. I believe I have to sit at home in my most silent moments
and call
upon the Alpha and Omega.
Hospital has 2 children in an incubator. I want to pay it off. But you were in church praying, looking at women's ass and men's ass.
And writing and paying tithe because I think that was enough for you. I put certain kind of rituals and adorations and veneration towards God, towards my request that I've given to God. I don't think I deserve it because I go to church.
I have a lot of questions here. Before I go into those questions, don't forget to send your messages to us on 055-157-5757, 055-15757.
But it's the sacrifice that we give that makes my prayer enter more than yours.
So, when you said like what the NDC did, I want to take us to what the
NPP also did.
NPP did.
Not enough of yourself doing for your brand, for whatever. But rituals and the rest that you do for God are supposed to be seen by God.
Okay, not only God. What about inspiring others to do the same?
That's a show off.
That's a show off.
There's nothing like inspiration. People already know that you have a foundation. You are sharing stuff. You are giving old widows. That's enough.
You have a personal request to God. You don't have to show off to people that this is what I'm doing for God, for you to do this for me. God is a covenant-keeping God, but you cannot negotiate with him.
Okay.
Because you are nobody to negotiate with God. So you tell him, God, if you let my wife conceive this year, I'm going to go to a family house and marry her. That's a covenant that you've given to the woman spirit, your wife, God. Everyone has God, but God operates with everybody differently.
Okay.
That is why 2 people can say that, 2 pastors can say that, I'll show you power. He also says that, I'll show you power. Which kind of gods are they using? They're using but one God. But it's the sacrifice that we give that makes my prayer enter more than yours.
So, when you said like what the NDC did, I want to take us to what the
NPP also did.
NPP did. We all remember that, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the ex-president, His Excellency, actually did say that he was going to build a cathedral for God, which never manifested. Could that be the reason why the NPP lost the elections?
Spiritually, it was time for NPP to pay back what they owe in spirits.
What do they owe?
The promise and fails, the deceit, all of the things that are going on politically. And NPP coming into power had a lot of spiritual hands. People may think it's all surface stuff, but it's not. If you know people, you know people. And it had to be done. Elders had to sit in a coven, like how a man gets a woman pregnant, take them to the traditional house, wafa. Nana had to sit in chairs like how we are sat now and say, no, let them come into power. Let them do this and chant. These words we use doesn't mean it's occult, blood, killing, pregnant women, starving. It's not that. It's like the lawyers' words. They call it legalese. They will say submit. They will say, I understand. All these are spiritual terms. It doesn't mean somebody is strangling somebody in the middle of
So
the
it's
night.
not like you
It's
did
not like that.
no killing, no shedding
Yes,
of blood.
yes.
There was chanting.
But there's chanting.
Were you gentlemen called to do something for the NPP? Well, I hear you
Mystics were
did.
involved.
You were involved.
Mystics
So
were
what
involved.
exactly did you do, Mystics, for the
Sacrifice
NPP?
is the most greatest effort or entry into reaching God's favor. And a lot was done on behalf of NPP. But as a certain upper, I'm a refugee. And then when you forget, the gods do not forget.
So they forgot about you people?
We are good. But if you forget, you see the repercussions of it.
Okay.
And for them to be able to come into that power again, they will have to go back to that traditional belief system. I'm not talking about the gods. I'm not talking about whatever demonic entity. Go back to where you believe or you started planting your grace. That's stemmed from. The promise of even building a cathedral and all that stuff, if it was political agenda, fine. But if truly you made a covenant with God to build that for the Christian God, and you did not, the Christian God, Jesus, will have emotions that will follow up.
That's a broken pact.
That's a broken pact.
And all pacts must be seen to the end.
So now, if the NPP wants to come back, if they call on the Mystic Twins, will you help them again?
We already
We already do.
connections with.
They've called you.
We already have a lot of them as friends and.
So have you started working on it
We
for
are
them?
always chanting.
For them?
Always.
Always.
Are they going to come back in 2028?
It will be known soon.
It's not known now.
Not at all.
What about their flag bearer? Prophet El Bernard has said that Kennedy Agyapong will become the flag bearer of the NPP.
Oh, he is a powerful man that is ready to do the necessary sacrifices. So you need someone that believes that you do not just desire to be something. You step into the abyss. You step into it, and then you will be able to pick off the seeds. You'll be able to dine with whoever that needs to be dined with. And when you feed yourself well, your spirit, or you feed your spirit will feed you back. So Kennedy Agyapong is a believer, and that is all. Yes.
So there's a high possibility.
Very high.
But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is also a high believer, isn't he?
And he doesn't have spirits.
He doesn't have?
Spirits.
He doesn't have spirits?
Yes.
What's that supposed to mean?
There is mind, body, soul, spirit, all that.
Okay.
When I say spirit, from my perspective, it's to see yourself in the mirror. You know, when you sit, sometimes you can see your shadow. That shadow spirit. Mr. Bawumia doesn't have it.
I'm confused.
Yes.
Explain. How?
Like I said, it's a legal.
So if I stand in the mirror, I should be able to see myself. Is that what it is?
No.
Or I can stand here and see myself standing there.
You should be able to move your spirit into going to gather or assemble all that you desire in the physical plane.
Yes.
How do you acquire spirit if you don't have it?
Years of meditation, years of self-discipline. Tell yourself.
If you want it one day at once, you have to be ready to make the necessary sacrifices. That's all.
What sacrifices are those?
Oh, sacrifices come in different forms.
Like what? Give
How
us
far are you willing to go? How desperate are you? Those ones are your question that you ask yourself before you go out to seek.
Okay.
There's no written sacrifice. It's no spoken word.
No.
It's the hidden.
Somebody can give a sheep in the Bible. Abraham or whoever wanted to give a son. Somebody to give a chicken. And their favor was granted.
So it's really a matter
God
of
asks
favor.
us a question all the time. You can always go further. You can do 3 weeks fasting. Jesus did 40 days. Elijah did how many, whatever. Somebody too said, oh, you are my wife. I will not have sex with you. But I am willing to let God manifest through you. And Jesus was born through that person. How many virgins are here in Ghana today? So it's how far are you willing to go? The world is ours, like my brother said. When the Catholics came and then Jesus left, God made the earth, the world, whatever, and he said, Jesus, handle the earth. When Jesus was leaving, he gave it to someone, the vicar, the Pope. And the Pope wasn't a man of God. He was an army. You see, if you guys watch Vikings and all these movies, whenever they were chanting to war, they would say, we are coming to conquer you, gods of Odin, from the army of Christ. Does Jesus Christ have an army? Jesus Christ has laggards? No. But that's what they were saying. So Jesus, religion, all that, you have to actually want it. That's why when we speak about Honorable Ken, it's with that.
So Honorable Kennedy Agyapong has spirits.
Very, 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 very much.
A big spirit.
Yes.
But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia doesn't have the spirit.
Unfortunately, not now.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
But he can get it one day.
That's why I said, how far are you willing to go?
To get the spirit.
Yes.
So that's why the defeat in 2024?
Yes.
So if they had brought a different candidate, would it have been better?
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
So
Sometimes the universe has already planned and orchestrated things. Doesn't matter the sacrifice that you do. You you'll not be able to get to the level that you want to because you do not go into it when you are desperate or you want a quick action.
No.
God does not work that way.
Hey, it is here, one hour spirit. Yeah, it's here.
Obia was spirit, the spirit, the Obia will be. But there's a kind of spirit that takes you to a leadership status.
And you can manifest it if you don't have it.
You can summon it and call upon it.
Okay.
Solomon was born a regular man. A lot of people were born regular in the Bible. A lot of people were born...
Jesus was even born regular. Carpenter's child.
Carpenter's child. But then as he grew, the spirit call came. You have to call upon the spirit. There are so many pastors who do not have the hand of God.
Even in this moment, there are even so many pastors that when they speak, you'll be like, how are people in this church?
But they have spirit.
But they have spirit. Look at Obinim. Most people think it's ridiculous that people are even sitting in his church. He has spirits.
He has spirits?
He has spirits.
Yes.
You think people are dumb? They are sorry to say.
Do we have good spirits and bad spirits?
Yes.
Yes.
So which one does he use?
That's up to him and his people. Yes. But people are not that stupid.
You say that, why are people still there? Yes, you think, his speech is kind of a little retarded.
That was a small boy, sorry to say.
How do I call on good spirits and how do I push away bad spirits?
By saying it like you said, Papa Mra, naboni enko.
Okay.
Say it.
Abosomfo bompaye, omugunsa, omkas Papa Mra, naboni enko. You know, bompaye boa. Even when the gods are about to possess somebody, they omugunsa, they pour libation and say Papa Mra. Because now that you are ready to receive the God's entry into you to make a consultation or divination, evil spirits are also open. You have opened your spirit.
Right.
You have opened your door. So many things can enter. So even in church, people go and then they get invitations from negative spirits and bring it home.
Oh, yes.
How?
Healing.
So how do you prevent? I'm very interested in that one. We go to church, deliverance is ongoing. Somebody out. Where does the spirit go?
It's going into someone who is pressing their phone. It's going to someone who is a doubter. Some people come to church and they don't believe that the pastor is even a genuine of God.
So then the spirit will come to you.
Yes.
Oh yes. And
there are entry points into there. There is the chakra, there is the throat, there is there's entries. It doesn't matter how.
So when we speak, we say power. Enter.
It has to enter somewhere for you to function.
So when you go to church, you are distracted. You have a certain kind of belief. So for you, you have cursed yourself before you went out to the church. You don't go to his church. Yes.
So how do I stop myself from getting in contact with these spirits?
You have to walk into this path of life with a genuine spirit. In the sense that do not go to where you do not have a blind faith. Religion is blind. If you are going to go to someone and then doubt them, there is no need to go to. You attract the negative spirits about them. Obi a example or kalebulu or 419.
Or wadibi or they win the bush.
You do not. That's why you see people challenging people. A lot of pastors have challenged us. All challenging and then because real genuine men of God would know that we are men of God. I'm not a Christian. I don't claim myself to be a traditionalist or this or that. I'm a man of God. We are carrying a message.
And we are still ourselves. When we were coming in, the producer asked us what song we wanted. I wanted dancehall.
You wanted what dancehall? What did you play for him?
You see, so I'm still myself, and I'm still telling you that I'm gifted.
Yeah.
It won't change my taste in music. It won't change anything. The things I will say behind the camera. I'm just that person.
So now let's manifest money. How do we do it? Very necessary.
Okay, so manifesting wealth, you have to know that wealth comes. It comes through a spiritual.
Yes.
Repeat it. So it is not hard work.
Oh no.
Hey,
Okay. And this saying, this quote is very powerful. It's even a prayer when we enter into the lodges, we are about to ascend and pray. We say these things like 77 times. Yes. Especially on the full moon when we gather to pray under the moon, we say that
77
times.
Can I say it every day?
You can say it every day before you step out to work.
So what time? Like full moon, usually, you know, some because of where some people live, they don't even see the moon, whether it's full or it's not. So what time is best? Maybe
so the timeline to pray, you don't necessarily have to go through the full moon. Some people are gifted that they can pray right after sex. And it will
After
still,
sex?
Yes, and it will still manifest. Some people are that gifted that they can pray right after sex and it will manifest.
Okay.
Some people can pray when they are most angry or pissed off by something and it will still enter. It is divine selection. But generally speaking, you pray on the full moon, it is powerful for you. Your soul day, it is powerful for you. Days that you are not working or you are at home, you turn on loud music or slow music and you start to manifest where you want to be. You have to feel money in your hands. You can pray and feel cash in your hand. If you cannot pray to that level where mentally you start to count money.
I feel the dollars. I feel the
You
dollars.
feel it? How much? How much? How much?
$1 billion. I feel it.
Because in our realm, and the Sikaya de Kasiamai.
If you go to the occult, the fraternity, the lodges and stuff, money is like the seventh power. And
It's nothing.
It's not parts.
Still a bit more biscuit, no, that's San Shebreno.
Yes. It's so
Because who would say, because you don't have money. You don't have cash. So we depend on that favor or it is there. Also, this guy and go for the money. It is there.
But when people gift you money, maybe it could be bad money, but how do I block it from being bad? Because I'm going to take it.
Sometimes people have natural blockers.
Okay.
Constant prayer, you are praying to yourself that
But if I take it and I pray that whatever is behind it, I cancel it.
that's not enough.
What do I do?
Sometimes you take the money, you have to do a charity.
Okay.
Yes.
doesn't
Okay.
matter how
Doesn't
small.
matter how small it is. Also, no to idea you got okay, motor plantain chips, 1 cedi. And then we to idea and Sika go agro. Who's a piano? Or say, dear, who you yasi. But some money has to go into the wind. Sometimes Sika cry over baby, Sika frito, Yenfa. Sika frito, we want Sika frito, fear coins. Now, some passage.
Wow.
Certain things are minor belief systems. I saw them Sika frito cry, Yenfa.
Really?
Yes.
What's Sika frito more?
Dabi. Because I already Sika frito, the other one which me from museum.
Sir?
Fire and what you are bravo. See who am home, mammy. We could make a donation, $300. I'm on a sofa. And of course, $300. Of first of all, it's rare. You can go online and look. So for now, this kind of back man. Or the police could chase off. So for why I did here. Nigeria, it happened in Nigeria.
But you said we shouldn't eat blood meat as well if you're manifesting
If
money.
you're manifesting wealth,
Okay.
unless you want to go to a certain level where there are money ritual. Sometimes you don't have to eat mono when you want to manifest some kind of contract or wealth. Unless the ritual not the direction that way, But the most basic surface rituals, you really have to do it before the money comes. Make a plan. Manifestation book, get a manifestation book. The diary that you are writing all of your exes in, delete all of them. And start your notepad, start to write what you do with 1 million Ghana cedis if you receive it. Have a timeline.
Some people don't have a plan. They just want the money.
They just want the
never
money.
going to.
It's never going to work.
Money is a spirit. If you bring a spirit into your home, it's like going to buy those produce at the Accra Mall runabout. You come home, they'll come and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to prepare a kennel, feed, So that is how money works. You have to prepare a space for money to come and sit in your life.
Wow.
You are living with your family. You are not. You don't even have a bank account. You want 1 million cedis.
Where is the money
Where is the money going
Where's
to?
the money going to be?
Let me go there, man.
And I'm quite bebreo. It's the money.
With the many avenues that you can receive money,
That's how money.
That is how it will
It
come.
has to come.
Yes.
There's some manifestation that I think it was on social media. Money likes me. Money will come to me. When money comes, money will stay.
Yes. Those
They say
people-
you
That
manifest-
person that made the video that has gone to 2 million views, or the music and the more clicky views, or the more
Oh,
manifestation.
Jessica. Now so
You are doing it on the surface. You are wasting your time because your data is giving them money. The 2 million views there. You think he sat down and did the whole PowerPoint uploaded for you to come and manifest money while he sits there broke? No.
He's
He's
wow.
manifesting.
Hey, Shola. Today we are learning so much.
We are.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I'm manifesting twins because I've said it. No, I've told you so many times that I have a very strong likeness to twins. I don't know if it's because my mom is a twin.
Yeah.
But when it comes to twins, I don't joke about them. But yes. So a lot of people are following this conversation. But before I do that, Rosen, don't I look nice?
You look beautiful.
You guys, don't I look
You
nice?
look beautiful.
Me smart, and I love them all.
Hey.
This is time there's
Dollar Shabago.
no. Whenever
You're having 6 dreams. Don't confirm that
No.
you have spiritual
Because
marriage.
there's rape there too.
There's spiritual rape there. Spiritual.
Women were who for.
Or
How
choke.
do you say you have spiritual marriage?
You know, when most people have this spiritual companion, sometimes friendship, spirits can sometimes pick in your capital or the kudija. Sometimes you see your life physically. When you're in power, you'll be able to know that truly. Someone came to the officer. Now, when you mobile money, upon money no close here, just real life. Or talk with him. Upon a human, or find a woman cash I can bet 20,000 citizens. Or there are 2 tables who are lucky chaos. One will be a hoodie, black or first can. Rakono entremica on Antiboko or friend with you know. At the chain, Baconas are baby or Champabois glue a chassis or the name of them one. All corner or should Nasi 50 CD, 100 CD, Nasi. The spirit was a spiritual companion.
Wow.
Ah, no, it wouldn't say. Physically, your member. We do a man. Soon, your member must do a man. Sana baby is one ma, or baby one more soon small till swap. Or no, corner ma. Two spiritual marriage, also for spiritual marriage. Catch and say,
soon be bride priceless.
And as also, what it soon so what I want. Musica, almost favor, spirits can sometimes negotiate with you. They will allow you to comfort our comfort bar. So, what you was spiritual husband. But then she also has a husband, a physical husband. It's you to the regular person. Ask God. If they say I have a spiritual marriage, let that spiritual marriage know that I want physical husband too.
I want chop money.
I want chop money. I want opportunities. Yes. Manifest and the spirit will say, okay, now you know, but one can.
That's why some women can never marry. Doesn't matter. They can go in 10 times.
They will come out
of it. But they are successful.
Right.
Because it is not theirs to they will try to make a man. They will do
it. Will not work.
It will not work.
About financially independent, you couldn't manage carbon. So many women.
So for a woman, even if you're financially independent, you should still take money from a man?
No, necessarily. But you have to get a man who has a higher spirit. Your spirit husband.
Yes.
So you should have the spirit of the person should be strong.
That's why most women that are very successful, they always have the lacking of a man in their life. And people interpret into what the Biblia with a very high sense of feminine power, you become a man woman. Your man power is very high. So on your default shoulder, you have to charge yourself and tone down your energy.
Okay, and I'm very interested in this. There are some people that are very naturally I'm very strong. Very, very strong. You know, I know my spirit is strong. So how do I tone down?
It's a spiritual submission.
How do I do it?
When you the right man will know how to submit you.
Okay.
But if you try, you most likely throw what makes you do.
For me, my husband submits me, but I mean,
so on daily, other women who are strong and want.
Like, yes, wherever I find myself, I'm strong.
Okay.
Is it good?
It's good.
Powerful.
Okay.
Yes.
The only man that should make you submit
is my husband.
Your husband. That's it.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Anyways, so we have those telling my dollars, put my money down. We have so this one says that this is my first time watching your show and it's very educative. What they are saying about prayers is true because any day I feel like singing praises to God. When I'm alone in the house, I see miracles through. Though I'm not too prayerful. Plus, can they give us their number? Sure. This one says that hi changes. Can you please ask them how I can have twins or manifest twins as well? This one says that the mystic twins, do they trust God and Jesus Christ at the same time? In Roman, the thing around the neck is called soul.
Jesus and God.
And so I want to ask them.
It's not one.
Okay.
Jesus is a messenger, like all of us.
You see, you confuse the messenger with the message, and we make the messenger a God. It's wrong. That's why your pastor.
Jesus is not God.
No
blasphemy.
It's not God. And
they are not God.
Okay.
They are God. God is God.
Okay.
Right. This one says that Rosalind, you are shocked. I am shocked too. So there's chanting about the money and about heaven. I have a dream that my sister is.
I forgot.
Which one?
Go with it. The question about spiritual, the Titan.
Yeah, the Titan.
So we are mystics. We are leader of a congregation, spiritual congregation. We don't pay tithe. People pay spiritual tithe to us, and we pay spiritual tithe to the mystics above us.
Which one is a spiritual tithe?
Spiritual tithe. Full moon. Akwaside. Solstice moon. The special days in the month. This month, I'll be having my flu. Do I need to do something? All right. Do this, do that. These things.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
Church is more like a like a pay as you go. You go to Sunday, you pay for time.
You don't do that.
But spirituality is a journey.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Every day, what you wear.
What you wear.
It's 12
months in a year. Every month you will have your period. You will have to manifest every month's prayer in a different way. This month you pray for your children. The next month you pray for opportunities.
But some people pray every day for money. That's why they're not getting
money. You can pray every day.
Even on your soul day, you don't pray for money.
December, people will pray for money.
Soul day, you don't pray for money?
No. You don't pray for money.
What do you pray for?
Spiritual growth, spiritual power.
So soul day, when do you pray for? What do you pray
spiritual
for?
Power.
Spiritual power, soul day.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a soul day. You pray for your soul.
When you came into the world, you were naked. Why are you kneeling down, disturbing God with
material things?
Material things.
December, people will be praying and asking God for. Yes, birthday. Oh, person wants to be.
December, you guys are very rich. You're very rich.
You're not very rich.
But you're rich.
No, you're very comfortable.
The last time I think I saw a car, some posh car parked somewhere. I asked, they said it's yours. I hear you use Range Rover, Porsche Cayenne.
You're comfortable.
So you have money.
God provides for us.
God provides. So your money is through manifestations?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, Rosalind, there's this last one I want us to take. This one says that I'm Rukaya from Obuase. I've noticed that a man sleeping with me, I can see, well, yes, I have asked where to give, but he will always want to have sex with me when they come to me and I wake up. He will be at the window standing. He wants to enter the room. My body will be shaking. This spiritual man comes to sleep with me and goes at times. I'll be sleeping. He will come like I'm dreaming. So I don't know. I think she sees and she doesn't see. And she says she's tired of it. She's very tired of it.
People go through sex dreams even in daytime.
NPP polling station 4. They are the lifeblood of our party. Like 23 years of the party. Yes. Well, the you all forming in our own bia omo ye mayen. It would be new move free. But omo juma so a membership drive. So what I say? Omo the new members because untimi sorry free in Kraha. Enko subin enka se polling station. Abuaji Memorial Temporary Booth. Na hu members e ho. What do I say? E omo ti on say den rukutu members mine. I think it's after these reforms, as a party taking a very, 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 very bold step of compiling a database. And nothing like that, it's a mobile juma on NPP. Well, how do you find out? Say the panel NPP on NPP. Only you can find out and say, and in this day and age, thanks to the NPP administration, you will Ghana card. I will be biometrics also. What I say? If you say NPP ni biya no, or say or get to NPP ni a, obi any watch here. Say at least or an NPP biometric membership card, because Ghana a National Electoral Authority for database in that. It's a matter of just plugging into it by paying money. Into NPP ni biya interest Ghanaian membership card, man. Me hunede. Because you see, the way a apathy call so, and for you sue primary say call ye hons and sem and fan to buy coffee before buy. The only way forward and the most safest way is to get to one member, one vote. It's a few year. There is no believing the point say after election to a party we you're tuning in every year as it takes steps to do it. Was anya the be same we ever cross but because 2009 Dr. Heyman committee report no by you. And okay say 2009 the Korea amendments of Legon trade fair no. Yenye polling station 55 omo they can be identified. But after that take intermediate 55 na komo juma say that time no omo say rukutu members. Na rukutu say rukutu can e show book more. No, they must be registered. So we are above the age of 18 constitutionally ultimately about Ghana or Ghana card. What I say? It is Ghana card no NPP membership form. Here the Ghana card Ghana card number it's easy to retrieve from a National Identification Authority for no. What they say by paying man, of course, somebody use car. What they say, but that's what they are there for. What they say, use car. No produce membership, they produce membership card now. It's you won't be a NPP need the Ghana card. They say will be address also. What they say, it's you know, won't be a NPP need the and also an easy platform to also collect our dues. We will be able to sort to I bet between will be able to be. The also to be a say we dues, I bet you say we stand here, we amount to them. We will be to national headquarters, we printed all members of good standing, and they are bread respective constituencies. If you quarter say, won't you do so, about to be. Now, it's every year crown. Every year crown. What if I say, but trouble and go back some butcher? But you want to say in such a way, say, there will be a 3 months you won't try and do to be. You are taken off the register. In the Obi on train now, you have a trouble and corner about 20 dues. You have also trouble. BBM Muno, say, what cry? You're quite sure what I say, what? Suddenly pass to free more. You're quite sure what I say. Ama TBBM no ese de aseda manyame nemum nyasesua e be fa free de akoso no mu no e na se ye nyina e bo mpai se ye nyina betumi a bind it together, a bond it together na ensema aba no ye nyina yetimi ahwe bia de befa aka cho se hia se ye be ka ho abom whether be sorry ya free will be na whether be sorry ya ko really we fie no ni nyina no a party no image nsem na no kura na action be koso no bi say o bi akwa bibi ntie nyina no yen kamum na yenye baako na nyame ya aduma bosom etoso nso no ye train venue ni date from national executive committee and national council na yehuda yekushia na akopense pensen reform say ebem but say na nyina ye pe no maka na ha besa karibio I think say say ka ye nyina ye dan ye nyina ye ade ye nyina ye baako na nka pe kwan a ebetimi afaso e de aye one member one vote what you say nanso na no me ka ho asem last week say ya na asefem areho say party a yetna power since I mean ka say yetna power ya ye lifted ban on political parties 1992 that's that we matter 3 years ni ya ba power on fie dunsia president Ufo di fie nwotwe president Kufo so di fie nwotwe ya ba mpre no na you need a membership register na say you go school kra class 1 mo register me wa udru secondary school form 1 mo register me wa teacher ba first no ye no or register ama me wa yes na party ya wo in existence for 33 years you need a membership register so the a foundation of any organization because Ghana Bar Association omo register omo kwa say kwa ma omo sticker na o number kwa o license number wo so what do you say Ghana Medical Association omo so omo register what do you say because o call Ghana Army omo register sa police obi ya chabenti na NPP since because since 2000 the big 2000 since FNSA 1992 now you take his steps now the year you say after 2008 defeat you know said the 2024 defeat you know Dr. Heyman committee party ne tell you know e can ho asem say yes you started with 5 in polling station only they can be identified what you say now you take an intermediate step so above once makana 2 weeks ago now you find creating a database of all card bearing members what you say go for the proposals about
the chairman pie football. I'm gonna book in Agyapong. when we started seeing you say or just or NPP no waka NDC there and the problem so about enchio no be say ticket say me bale ticket is what to say say me bale na say me ho ye there me making name in footballing.
I see.
Course we bought you kakra na 96 babo corners. Yeah, along the line to be honest to myself. We were detesting. Na me dwa no. You me di dwa no. And then MP before the bonus bo. Nti adwuma na me nyae no. Afide bo abrofo no mo hwe me so mo no. Till the night no man be supervisor. But e che na hwe me na say nipa bia asoma baba bi ma beje ni dia kata so.
Ready.
Later I got to know so no we were boom but time I realized no my can you pragmatic or a businessman. In a businessman be no or a business of first of all oboka. I'm not man for treko but me man tranko. And I didn't even tell them some pay. And when they called me and they said they wanted me to be a supervisor, I said, no, I don't want it. He is our president. So Obia Obetrembia wishing a down for Obiano. Now I'm poor my knee. And yet or no Ghana and yet or no fence who hear Ghana. Ghana the Hiano. Miss me a Ghana.
Timona want a neighbor.
Into the neighbor. Ghana here can see feature of Channel Crime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, any rap doctor.
Yeah, rap doctor. O tell you more so. I knew they could better.
I see. But think of also just say $30 so. And think I $30 so you didn't can change your member form.
I know quite we came in. Was I £10 no so by say and TV so. It is cement ground or matter so by quite the same thing. You know, you see, you know, see them you see estimate say pounds wouldn't make a do no. You see I come Ama is a bottom na dry.
Kafra.
Te we quite some people say my yes I'm Makagana.
No problem. Oh gee, George Ofekwamena Jr. Na George Ofekwamena Jr. You do two be na because Junior na count di no. Mentiasie.
And I'm am po be P.
That's a group is sawa no guye.
Yes, I no guye. Who say me jaho tu kwan.
Oh,
you releasing you na sa a releasing my brother called Raymond so ede e by so ede also bobo so he became OG and Ray Foundation. To be share one of my £5 me share one of my day I gave you my love but it turned the other part can I say that no dear done it but I think Anas did a video to implicate he did all the job.
Oh okay.
Maestro the year everything.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. He wrote the song, the verse, and everything. He told me, say, OG, say, Namayo, just bear my number, who's or no bad number. And life is precious. If we say, just walk away.
Okay, OG, and motion, no Ghanaian based live artists in the UK. And a new song or the about walking away. Go to, oh, okay.
But they have me say, they want me the Ghana, and then NPP before the bonus. Because now uti anabuki Agyapong the message be Ghana first. But I think Anas did a video to implicate the president and the vice, which were NPP. So one syringe now nanka party in Anas esenkeno.
Yeah.
So I got to know say this man was defending the party instead of defending Ghana.
Okay.
Ntiene hana me cry say enne NPP before e twa won ka say no man oye no abeye sense of Agyapong. Yeah, because if I have to be honest, I'm me person me honest. Na maintain assess so o president and I will be a bibina say implicate to president say president na the corner and pa. Why don't you leave it? Why don't you leave it? It's like who defended Ghana and also who defended our party. And then we say that new. But when who say or enter the race, say pay president when I listened to him, I got to know say with all due respect, I say Anabuki Agyapong e defend NPP and I said we onim kasa oni we mu ko and some na all kan na no enyi eduane mfi obi table so oni e bia fierce as nigga we issue say we NPP for ya de na all kan wasema no all kan enyi eduane mfi obi table so na adwene we dey watch but uti enema wa ya ma hospitals we see about confirmatory cardiac warm or their mom. Share the impact na eden. When you fan say with all due respect, or near fear as nigga, Cassa now on any Cassa, a dena a say will mind me, a then a say will be home, a then a Jobin Kwan answer. It has nothing to do with the economy. But the Oyema confirmation is save lives.
Maybe an Cassabi woman, a Cassabi and Qualatia, a Beman Qualano, Afa.
So what
best say Quala?
No, and no, and then affect it.
Anyway, you
say, who ye be economy a key. Say, I dare me, a bear affect me mine. I dare me, a bema dollar costo. I dare me, a beer pound costo.
Said that
it gas
nothing to do future.
Yeah, but some
Casabina se Casano and Qualabisia, did the attempt, then Qualafa, Dachin. And Qualansu can be actually
the one thing about the man is so very passionate. Instead of make us say, and no more the bonus so all Cassa. Nasa de Bia, or the Bissase, and Tokabia Wakumbia Bissase, say a or no, say, Waku be Bibiana. A when I defended the vulnerable.
Okay.
Oh, say any party, no,
man now share.
Yeah, no, but and yes, I'm a crowd because me share and no ma say. Policy now or day battle. I was like, this is what Ghana and even Ghana, Africa, and in Africa here. And you live in a trial here. Me say everybody should go and listen to an book in Agyapong. When I'm not all tall, not all cancer. We have vast land, but it me catch as a Russian and Ukraine war. In Trama, a Drani boy there, and I say import to a Drani. Look at the land that we have, say 2 tomatoes struggle for ma. It me fair. Yet Burkina na a desert no, on Nede, the Jena desert no. On Nede, if you Ghana, Yetimika Yemadenia Dadena. And when you listen to the man, say, and you know what? He's a pragmatic person.
Usika said, that's why a politician will.
No, me a politician, but maybe I'm say, I will lay my life down for the man.
Your life?
I'm telling you, somebody that I detested, but when I mean, you see. Your time assem and I say tiny pa your time assem you see baby Ghana do no ehia obi o bold and fearless say the party ya obeka the other person here there ya obeka and obeka na as it is o ma won ko no obeka no wo de wachi oh me say ensem na omo ko ran na omo na e kan me share ono na say na me say no man we say the Ghana shenesa I know a convincing who said, no, I have to rally behind this man. He's the right man for Ghana. Because I listened to the story and now all come about Neba. She saw on one Neba. Any police ni, any banter. You know, afraid police ni because the benefit say, never pay minister, sorry, or MP. Into which by the Papa Anabu Agyapong, you know, where you're big. But when he or tea asem no one said the bandy for no or catch a police is unlocking the banner. But then the banner so fair, and the banner fee say, you have a bought never pedima, police need him quite the action. But or say the here locking the banner.
Yeah.
But tell me, politician, you bit or Ghana and or bit my yes idea. And no cry be a police need and I say, I did check code my day. Ever ball.
Maybe I transfer.
Exactly, and it's not once. Twice, and the banner they confirm me. Oh, personally, I had a chance to pay him a visit.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
wow.
Because through a friend saying, "Yeah, Kwesi Kwati."
Okay.
And when I went to the man, the thing that he was saying, yeah, to one man, I said, "No, be catch on." I want who no account, and he said it as it is.
Where the Uber the campaign manager do?
No, let me say, Dave, trust me. You better be a campaign man.
Wow.
In NPP for the NPP no. NPP at there come so. But trust me, if it is not Ken, no one is. Me personally, I'm not voting. And I'll tell my parents not to vote.
Hey.
Yeah, trust me. Now you introduce me no. Then sagu no. It's like the way you put it outside. And yes, I'm not here.
You need to be our president.
No, so who now obi o fake obi o fake who obi o fake no who ya who because or a genuine sana be kan we genu me say nipa we na Ghana here.
Okay, income shababa. One prophet and a ushu bempa. A prophet ushu bempa so ashen come. Nyina chese come shene chese obit ma be the president.
Yeah. It must happen because
we say what it be.
Yeah, ma team hwe. E na unim one thing about him. The okase bia me here say less
prophet ba ko dey was NDC be ko one term.
No, definitely can with president 2028.
But a prophet ba ko so aka say asasi o si Ghana asasi nyanji ni ntum. Oh, one prophet or a bishop cry.
Asa.
As Ghana asasi nyanji.
Ghana asasi be. Asasi na ne ya.
Odi for Kofi Amponza so aka say obeba be di president.
Asasi na ne ya. Ene ya ekoya ene be to aba no.
Di ke be di president oh.
Asasi na do mo je no tumu cry de ache. You see
came for
2028 is going to be president. You see one thing that
t-shirt
me t-shirt my asam is say good.
Na waji atum se monye man.
O say
waji atum se monye.
Me say
there be obi say waji atum se monye man.
Ono Ghana enye ono na friends o hia Ghana. Ghana dey hia no. Me so me Ghana ni.
Ti mo na mo de neighbor.
Nti e de neighbor. Ghana hia Kent.
But this $30 o. I might say niama duty nyina ekokọ for mo. Ekosi ya de be di o.
Masa menko ho. No, me say hono menko ho. Me pese unse sometimes the people say oh we are musician when you NPP
Ghana for ye omo person mind ko yi o. Say o mind ko yi a won cheji abai. Say John Mahama ye niama yie kama. Dollar call form ya tete niema so duty with me the car ba first no boys yi o the car ba na for say oh no what ton akofa for ba Canada US na car si ba cement ye te so nkofo rent ya tete so ma young boys yi obi atimi han ne dan kama aze afa na nko yes obi esi dan gidigidi say the announcement boy the obi esi dan
the tennis
so jujiri say nkofo be cheji hands
the tennis ti see am to way me NPP ni mapa with the NPP, but I will not wish Mahama to fail because Mahama fail Ghana ne fail be coming
Nti Mahama
so ye na ye bomb pa
succeed here why do you have to change him
na so succeed there the time so
so obi fufu obeba
obi fufu why
oh so ya
and so before na eba na NPP ni na eba Kenya Agyapong na eba
na nipa no ne party mu na wa succeed
wale ye madam Mahama ne lay and obi timi lay foundation
the government ne lay
obi timi lay no obi bebregu
government na lay
a friend say president Kufo wan lay no ma president Kufo so let me tell you we are praising Muhammad Ancestry but Ken Baba better no say e wesa obebe fa oh I'm not trying to downplay say bia
oh yeah papa on the man heads e rolling here wo port first time obi antimi nya bi da say wo hu say duty nkofo ye dwiri mu e wo port onu the man heads rolling here wo port you can remember
I don't know
no free mu na esaji gu ye
you see the thing is I'm not trying to say bia we anye say and I say we anye say but you could see say President Kufo era no na hwe investments investors e ba Ghana
President Kufo era die
na amafo kwa pressure amafo banks no kwa pressure amafo mejesia and fanya adwuma so let me tell you oko hospital a unisika but you feel comfortable you see it is one of the person I cherish and the bit ma better na adwuma no
but mo cheso obewie no eniema ajigu yesano
that's what I'm saying say who's omuna no I mean the difference between omune Ken
okay
Ken a pragmatic or a businessman in a businessman be no or a business of first of all oboka so the mention you will be SWOT analysis you look at your strength your weakness opportunities and the threats every businessman be him but your politicians because of say omo lawyers near that they omo nim sade some of them will look at their strength omo weakness and especially threat say threat here external factors and they will in the naba they say the covid here buy and so we need better solutions be how to handle it but any businessman be him say threat here then e wo hono mo nti dey bia or you very cautious nti dey bia or plan B and look at the number of people that he has employed from on one side. And as a businessman or running Ghana as a business, or running Ghana as a Ghana boka. Ah, now Dave, in Tibetoma near the Burkina Faso between Pona. Look at what this young man is doing.
That's it, John Muhammad so about all year money. $40.
Yeah, what's happening? Let me say, President Mahama, me yet to buy a no. Let me hear TikTok live. Make I say, he is our president. So Obia Obetrembia wishing a down for Obiano. Now on Pogo Mine.
It's 5 months, Nimiboa. 5 months.
Yeah,
how do you see the
economy?
How do you see the economy?
They say difference beyond them.
Different beyond them. Oh, sure.
Mr. Kwamisi
I say, I don't know dollar. I say
that is the problem.
Effect beyond Sana Mimi.
That's the problem.
Because say I take dollar so na say Mimi discover free buche be na Messi sana adene so ebeti na me koto ade so still na yenti so a. Send your pass obi ani
first na me ba na me tie the pound so de eba.
Enti ene nkai wo so kra na nkai sana nya bebere kra ya say nkai better. Yeah.
Enti ne say yeah, it say ade eye ne say nka dollar no ti pound bi ati a nka ye. Na ka wo ti ne o ma so a. Ba me tell abrochiri say $1, £1 equivalent to 1 cedi. There's no point you living abroad. But because of say pound no any dollar there also into unya kakra bi ebebo ano and na must say with all due respect clean up right to be fee no doctor nye to mean to as
oh say omo wages no was so change
enye wages na was so but exchange rate
wages no was so
exchange rate
wages no was
na wages na mka say 1 cedi
na pia o ka week now jiji said here obi
week now wo say week now wo je no say £1 equivalent to 1 cedi I don't know say na won make it say £1 equivalent to 1 cedi okay. £1 1 cedi. But you see a £1 20 cedis. Say first na 20 cedis. Yeah, kofo kwa na I don't know yi esa 00 for and 20,000. Obi £1. You see, and I don't know unya na u sesana e bebra. Now to me the ABB.
Okay.
But say the same idea. There's no living.
And you said you even vie your career for Kennedy Agyapong.
The reason why I say so, you say Ghana and politics
your music career.
Yeah, America, Jay-Z and the likes no be our.
I don't want to hate it. Kennedy Agyapong president.
Ghana, say US and Europe, Jay-Z and the likes no be our party of belonging.
Oh yeah.
And so still I'm have patronize your money. But Ghana and Kwana who take his standard. Me nye fake. Me say me papa. I'm not Kennedy Agyapong. Ye fake. And you say. When you might be born, a baby this need there, a baby NPP need there. But the moment you want to take it side, no. Now I say, if you're not the way you be anyway, me because of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, let me think of people like KSM. Let me find in Yagro, somebody like Black Rasta. Let me think but when on it Anas Saga by a music 18 million billion. Me papa KSM and Tunobo, and the checks. Over a year, a video about it. I've stopped listening to him.
Wow.
Black Rasta.
What is this opinion?
Comment. No, your opinion should be valid. As a journalist today, I will say be beyond or cross checking. Say I didn't factual.
So it wasn't factual.
It wasn't factual.
Okay.
Oh, yes, and I said, no one say open the crate. It's not even the love for Ken Kwan. I mean, you say be at the Okano. At the end of the day, no, 18 million, you're about $500. $500 required. I decided to even pay.
Hey,
yeah,
you pay.
This is a guy come here. It is so at the quantum I make his statement and say obi tie menum na say oka say
$500 ubetua.
Me say enne ye ka say me nkotua $500 man na the book na me kotua.
Aba Kennedy Agyapong with Zika. He has money.
Me say me say man no ye person order ni ye aduma. Anytime madam me make his statement and say
okay.
So obi say opeminyum oye ebia party we or belong ebia or this side or the other side opeminyum ti enuti say my course side we no so on tie menyum na me career kra be gu a me okay. That's why I made that statement.
So what if Kennedy?
Because me just
what if Kennedy doesn't become a president of Ghana? What will you do?
Oh, he's going to be a president. It's only say me we say no asode no e we party no NPP for no. Ho na say ye my first to make sure so be flag bearer.
Okay.
Be flag bearer there no.
Okay.
And no one soon obey me there ever cross no.
Yeah, that would yes. Come on, I did. Nezu so. Yeah, Yan Hoa and come on a baby breeze. So be per se or follow OG. OG. Obeko him fan.
OG and Maestro. Musically there, your platform be a social media platform be a OG and Maestro. But me am up me personal a year me. Because of say
Madam for me Musa say na wasumi a wabui. O ma me no papa. We yire omo ye okay. Omo kasa ho na e ka brand ho. Omo ti ase sa.
Maso me boy, we ice. A magnet.
Yeah,
me more but
okay, do the ball life.
It doesn't change nothing. Oh, yeah, na and we be on my yenti, no be there. I say,
okay,
yeah, because but she must my dear, about me train come up, but we will be be any papa.
Okay, what the question?
Obia, oh, so for sir, when the question so for so we any bonnet. Obia she suit, I share a time. The bow obia she suit, I share a good Bible, a come to be was ano. To me,
woman knew who gone.
Every minute, me and one
brand not to know, Abona soon because I tell us is adding the money. Sorry,
maybe so I say more on the beyond me mean gas. Me a son Nakasakra, me bar, had a cobata, what the sorry.
Now there's already London.
I do about it.
Now I didn't hear.
I saw an enemy.
Okay,
so maybe that.
They are sure that
No. The Bacassin I go when you know him the Oka.
Or no one can say, I mean, you was a Bible, Nimun, nice a story.
I mean to me in
Casse or problem would be.
Mean to me in Casse, Bible Nimun me a story because the things that you don't know, you don't say. Yeah. And say minim crana. In the Bible, no, who can revelation will be or say mass or for beba and then collaborate very stubborn. So there are some things the Bible says what you say manifest a year juma. To me in Kase the Bible, the things I don't know, I don't say it because my Bible no, I don't read much. Okay. Submit my conscience in it. But sometimes and everyone might be you're trying the logical aspect of it. Say this doesn't make sense. But in conclusion, you can't condemn because you don't know. Because when you look at the right perspective, so what can me say? Or what other will be a man could be a diaba. Oh, that's it. There you. There are some kind of car.
You cannot understand God.
No. The fact is
to the fullest.
That's it. Some person or the buy a party.
I don't know. Go for Pintias, no. And almost if I would read a storybook.
Oh, David.
Some people don't understand.
I say, I'm looking.
You're two or trash. You never two. Obviously, I can say, Mundi as I say for Mundi not. Benjamin only say, Uber 2 months. And I still now. I don't know. I can say,
was you have.
All the powers to
finally it's in the Bible. Finally it is in the Bible. Say the war of Armageddon. Above defeated Satan.
Yeah.
So finally Satan is going to be defeated.
Of course.
So why was he not defeated earlier? No.
Michael Committee report. I'm favor Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Me see, me honorable chief. Me see, Michael Committee and favor Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Kofi enutina Dr. Bawumia astati etutu ayampia etutu sansem way ama ye hu se honorable Kennedy Akumpra ko Agyapong sebi asem bia okabia nya didi atem asem bia okabia ko ba besi ekọ na ba besi enei okachire ye se munam Munche Ghana for Mutie Ghana for su and a mutuo and a mufum sika and then a mufum sika only Ghana omudi nkokro mutitu abama I so 8 years and then a muyasa also okaye no was him was what ding 7 months na so what Jimmy me you are no nam no ofie that's how we are the end yakovi with my tuatem aka tell say apo Jimfo and dress me town. But she has said, I didn't know you affected you. This is a few. So it's a few who are me, my son, kind. A baby in your some of you. A bina, ebi na Kennedy Agyapong kan no Kennedy Agyapong Yakupon be shira ni sa or a wisdom person. He carries wisdom. That man, 18 why na duma sa over 42 years. All say workers at the koja bomuti and so Mahama Betanasia most workers ko we is omo akatua mai. That man, God will bless him forever. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia now catch say
1 FM
11 emission levy petrol 2 mu. Hey, you are incompetent than Muhammad.
Oh,
yes,
Dr. Bawumia is incompetent than Muhammad.
Yes, I'm telling you. He's incompetent than Muhammad. But when you can know and say a party no, a building a party no. Obi do what more shock na e wa brabom. Obi do can NPP party will grow and 2028 it will be a drone cast. Any we need. Who say NDC they will cry. I swear to God, they don't have anyone to come on board 2028 and we will win with honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Nobody.
I said no cry me say.
Now go thank you to message also the call. I also ma I rechiche body pa omutra wati onim a omu free fie. Catch you say they see ye they buy ye ye payfo na ye animu. Mumfa nche yen. Nyankopon hyem kana on hyem ema na 2028 mumie nkoye adwumaden kan ni pansam kire no. Now go jira ka kire say na now fe da mu be play Alanche Martin de ni bi. Mo be fe kira kwaje mic ye wo be try Kennedy Agyapong bi e be hyew ka bi akofi sade we mo de ala no wo be try Kennedy Agyapong bi e be hyew ye fa cho party no
is there the
what's my catch say party no
edu bro
party no
edu bro
kofi party no oh zuba kwa ka bi na de party no amen kan asem cho kofi ba bi edu no mamu ni mrache na wo mu ye chi party na si wa yi I told you NDC lost 2016. About 22 of them went into a coded meeting. They know 45 years. They went for a coded meeting. I don't even believe. Almost structure party, and we are going to do it.
94.1.
We are of course. You have got emergency congress. Everything will change.
Ezra,
that time I know your power. I know your office. I shall say, Mumra meeting. One to my eye, you have full position. I want to call Dr. Bawumia. Assisa, say, Abafie, Yanya Gufie, Ebisha Fomu Yajuma. Ebi so come do am ofie am si kasa kofi me say for woni kohwe former DCs on platform so
Yes, you're welcome to Rejoice Media TV. My name is DJ. I call me social media ambassador. If you like what I do, kindly subscribe to the channel, share, like, and also comment. Today is another day. Good evening. What do I say? Me no baby din komo kakra dia for Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, His Excellency the President. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Once honorable, always honorable. The honorable, me ba cho be president cry the be fro. His Excellency Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Bema wanwama Ibrahim Traore apo a odi buni maya Africa nyina so di nachi na enam sunti la Côte d'Ivoire omodi ku akwakotu omoma mpanya na omosusu pese Ibrahim Mahama kra ana Ibrahim Traore onko no ko build omoma ne nyeden emfa momo apo we nyina Africa Kennedy Agyapong what I say enti credit bi akwa ekoma Kennedy Japan se Ghana ya mompa na se Mahama so amamu na anko yie dia na che se anhwana noma anko yi amfa ma oman no so what I say na minister military omo Ghana no mo je oman no kro mo de be ma Kennedy so omebu because omo no mu bia ni ho betima bu oman na duru Kennedy so what I say nti ye mompa se military coup bi amra na mum ye mompa se Mahama betima SSD kakra na ekom na so beti amanfo committee amanfo dollar na aba no ne maye hu se san Kennedy kan na no kro ni se noma bi enu ayatete so ai noma bi enu ayatete so omuka chese ayatete noma so eboa omunya ayatete hwe so speculation, there's something called speculation na akọ black market na speculation was a dollar ne be rise so what I say enti samre we no amanfo ebe fa amanfo se rapture no so Donald Trump no wa hweda na o yesa anoma no na enemi ba me ba edie na ensema ba bi pio se spiritual no yate se Kennedy Agyapong is so powerful as compared to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and just Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is powerful, but then when it comes to the power, party no, it choose party biano, I had to say bosomono, aya ne e fa obi ti sa akom na fa Kennedy akompro ko Japan ti sa akom eni nti na Kennedy pese o de align ne nkrofo baba me ko Bawumia platform bi so a atama mrante ni di ne mahu se ampa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia o se ma na kofi kakra na echa waba because se obia ntimi mfremfiri omo camp on kole amanfo to order dia na che se eyaro hosem atama omudi Kennedy akompro ko Japan si omu di no atiefo me ko hwe na mra ho odi TV maami bia wo ye oba pa o TV
let's let's make oba across the kakraka odi dimpanifo odi di obi atama wo Ghana ha eni nti let's make can be can yes so kwasi asam so mu na komodum na bedi kan na check 2000 me ameti ya me yema djuma 2000 na me nya 1 month me nya full the chance me me di machi
oba besia o
campaign makan akan no for yanko ba bia Kennedy Japan de yempe no ton se delegate mu ye mistake na mu ko fa Kennedy Japan ba dia ene mu ka mu si party no asai e identity na ye wo hoi ko on my Facebook page e ko share I'm gonna promote to NDC on my FM promote to NDC because of Kennedy. What don't want to the party? No fun don't come in the president and your NPP. Ya party.
Afi Munti was this a Kennedy Japan pa on concourting the party na on van dom konko di Oma break Kennedy Japan ti enunti na abronye bedi Kennedy Japan atema na man for support na we maintain nsema oba pa o kasa wo na menim se abaya utim so ye NDC ni
ye mu bi ye moja eye red white blue etu part ye moja wo do sakre eti yam pne ma Kennedy Japan metete past no ense pansam no ya break can party my can so ya born the pampers so Kennedy Japan on your beer and a madam we are madam on this upon Jimmy Kwa no Jimmy or party and penny for our party to mean there's a say I will catch it on and old Jimmy no yam pekay and all the ma and here abedi di atamsi e o hie ni de yet me make Kennedy Japan o hie ni ti me kwaka fie because no sika ni sa ni fie o hie ni ti me ma yet me kwa ya ma maka yo ton yan ko to aba maka enti delegate here NPP delegate etu ahene si ahene Dr. Bawumia ono ana ye de na ba asam ni ne ho afi ni ne ho mo de tane ne ho anya yie mo de bona mo de chichire na chichire enti doctor ono ana eba abedi party na nim de yakobo shasa so me damas
okay so that's na mean sure user be mu bi why
voice and then we say some no massa drop o we enter man
okay honorable
yes enti sai abranti okasai why ni TikTok did the voice of Insawom. The voice of Insawom. So I the page na say wunnim na akoka Kennedy Japan asempe no delete wa block you. Wasi u form no block you. WhatsApp o TikTok account na se na be ya wuntimi kura meka asem bia fa Kennedy Japan ti omodi ne se mo contract amagin se omodi Kennedy atem. Na me amete wosa na emi mama na emi ya. Ne ma bisa me ho se nti nipa da sani party mitnase. Etimi eji contract so obesei nipa ba kwa o ba be ye o man yi sa mesre mo NPP mpanyifo momfa mo nan sifo na ne ye koso ofom ho no ano odin okọ Kennedy platform so atem didie ba akokora ni ho we chire policy obeye we chire we obeye because omunni Bawumia kora temo the whole idea ni say Bawumia yako opposition won say no wajai IT semono sa digitalization is wajai no semono okofa economic book no a chirechire mu ama Ghana fo hu ni ntia economy no NPP timi ayi ni to oni mi kire no eni ti Bawumia asema obeka Kennedy Crawford endi na tem but Bawumia Crawford no de utin so magye atum so obedi Kennedy atem da we ema me arehye mu ma me timi ka che say sa platforms ahodo no me pa che so follow mo on follow so follow mo kona on follow mo na de mo amudi atem no ebia be prompt wa mo akoka asem bia eni kwan se wo ye den oka yesere mo munyina mo ye party ma internal election won susu anye ne me kasa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne Kennedy Agyapong omo ifa ko fon ye ko obeko mo no mpanfo ni nyina ye nipa baako na ye na ye wo for me na ye di ye ho atem na ye ye ho fia esere mo enye emwa mo me nyina ye nkambo na ye mwa ne bibia etuntwa se ne Kennedy kae no Bawumia wene na se Kennedy Agyapong Crawford anto aba nkunimdie mama NPP Kennedy Agyapong wene na Bawumia Crawford se omo nto aba nkunimdie mama NPP nti as a party no message say leaders no call their followers to order. You should call their followers to order because says I no man ma na discipline ni ma enyi and this wo on same mo DC in same MC in same na se for no we pese we na call we pese we nipa ni we ni in same ho bebre so on say emba social media cause ya te boys in warning say mumfam on some MP abontin. The media doesn't forget. The social media you people are seeing doesn't forget. And when you are speaking, you don't know who is watching and you don't know who is recording you. I happened to join them and I wanted to tell them that, hey, guys, you are all NPP, the same party members. So you guys should stop insulting each other. And you know what the guy did to me? Or blocking me. Blocking my account, no ye me see from. And original the pages na di matem. Or cassette me. And I made my account, different one, logging in. And I'm a coy. And I me almost farm. So ni me say me, and I'm catching say. Me banama ba catch us why are this who ye me see from na mo di atem, didi na majo hon contract se mo di atem. Nambum. Monka se mo nyina mo ye party ma. Or see oh ye ma opportunity na me say me o ma me opportunity. Do you know my platform? Do you know the people I control? Do you know the people I speak with? Do you know the number of people, special people who listen to me and advise me? Who to page you see the item? Oh, my platform. You guys should continue. Enti Mr. NPP paying for me say party be and it could be a mrawum. No man sheni ye be kakra no. Muntimi control microphone because NDC so a bit me take a smart strategy. Abra na ebe to aba no. Amanfo critic channels are normally a campaign ma NDC. Almost 30 years to say no more support NPP. But ebe duru e we dey me support no na so we ntimi mpe we. It is man hwe ni ya muhu edua papa no. NDC for control mu media because through some jamfio muhu say we bibi na enya on be kan kiro. And even people talking to insult on Okrompo no NDC doesn't do it again. I know my people, most of my friends are NDC people. They don't insult. Even when you do interview with them, let me tell you, I still have videos here on my hard drive. Mama mi posti. All because nipa no kasa no okasa extra soma atem didie bi ko tia Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. Ye video ni we the children no here na say chale. This one I think say we for drop am because I think I overspoke. Wa hu ne mechire no nanso e needie NPP fo bi mu e kasa without break e di atem di John Mahama atem di mpanfo atem di Kennedy atem obi anna wo yi ni sika free NPP mu NPP begu na nanu ya mko opposition kra se nya ni ayi o nanso musika asa muntimi ntua workers na mo party mu kra communicators na muntimi ntua moka ene ya mko opposition na betimi atua communicators na ka si akoles na ene na mbetimi ato credit ne funds amam muntumi so on emechire no enti monya abotre na mokasa tia nkrofobia yenhwe Ashanti region abra Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong be gina simple skase afi we se omo ho odin se mema ma Ashanti region ye behwe vote e be free haba afi one ba Ashanti region 2024 one see Ashanti region during election that yenhwe ni esi wa Ashanti region NPP vote ni nyina drop e chese Kennedy akompre ko Japan o influence arawo minister Kennedy akompre ko Japan defend the NPP against Anas Aremiya Anas enye Kennedy Japan case o Kennedy Anas ni problem bia NPP na do dan ko Kufuado ni Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ana omo ye video form ho say obi ko Bawumia nchen a agisi otua be $20,000 $50,000 mi wo video bi krampo bi fre edi ananse say omo ko hu Bawumia de adwuma ba be fa nipa be 2000 at a go no omo si gizo mutua $50,000 ade ma Bawumia ansana omo aba be mrofo no feel so disappointed wo nipa no Ghana ni odi omo ene adwuma na omo de akọ different African countries so unu emechire no Anas ko ye sa no ma no na ko dube gu MPP anim ase se na be ya 2020 no ankomo nwe ni election no ho na ma Kennedy Japan sorry say da bi mi ma ngu party no na ka MPP fo be ka na krepa wa hu nipa opa MPP fo pa sem Kennedy Japan because the way we didn't see Kashim no one percent party in the position. No, Makase Kennedy Japan with all mouth, with all loud voice, your party is in opposition. No, on penisa. At least, ni party or power. Wo kobe bia, real need in him, or kobe bia to me, or kobe bia to me kasa. So one you mention, utimi control security, utimi we say. Enka na mahama ba, we will din anymore, so who is a president. Ene oba kujina na elim na hwa ade suggest for the two ni asefo ni dine so ntinka MPP for the osen ka moda Kennedy akompro kwa Japan ase na ehye obi nkran se o ya babunu na pese odu sika hye MPP party no na wo ye campaign de bo MPP party na undru baabi no party ni be reward wo na wo mo adwuma pa na wo ye na so abaye den aba mfaso na emu di mu mpanyimfo atem obi hye kwa ankon na baabi and wako jibe 2000 bi na odi di atem yenhwe Chini Jonas abra na odi na nado atem won se mahama beduru ya eye hwe Chini Jonas adana no ene Chini Jonas sori a jo mahama na odi na atem Ghana for so behwe no sanse ye penkrofo mu di atem ni yetie ye na ye kanya sansam no die obi enti obehwe kra online on comment obegina sesa na oyeden okọ satem didi na megina na meidi atema sebe abo kwase na sefo anka nipa be 2000 10000 no muguso kohwe Kevin Taylor barista nipa be 7k 10k omaso aso amohwe omutie nsenhunu omutie atem didie omutie entro nti wo kodi omadwen such a way say enya de papa yesiramo ye nyina Ghana fo ajobreo NPP NDC Agyapong Kennedy Japan Bawumia Agyapong na samusi Bawumia na mode ne bekwa momfa no nko se opposition mo ba amoto mimiti o NDC ba NPP ba wa mami adwuma nye enti NPP bo wa mbo mememfa ho NPP bo wa mbo mememfa ho mona eba esimu nan so na munya bibi di no na munya contract no momo na mo be sofa because here dey monya a messy system na wi enye nyankopon de beboa na agya wode angel bi abeboa na abeboa ya abrabo mu a ye de nim se ya abrabo no sebe ye nim bebi ye kwa akosi ye nim se be di ye de nim se benye sika kwan ya befa so benye sika de ewo nyankopon ho so what you say ye fa ye ni ntu aban bi ya so because wa aban ba ye kora wa mfiu na obi aban aba enti ene o kakra bi o de be ma ya no afa no sa so what you say enti nani wo mu no nti esremo moti opposition no mawi poto na monhwe so na monsolve issue na mo sori a nipa na amode no kokkowe ye ne chichia mo se yenji ntum 38% o me ba cha ne the screen so no am fanchiro 38% eni 38% so mo bo am ko bisa yisi omo de 41 biribiri woni mo zimpa cha 38% Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na kitano no se ni unyaaye no so what I say 38% mudi nipa we akwa akonya 38% Ghana for di kan ka kire mo still mo se mo de ne beko adan a mo selfish interest ni any selfish interest na be ka dan mu e be ka dan mu se say the DC bia ni ho no waka chen se wan kwan koto aba ye be yiwadi wan koto aba ye be yisi so ne me kire no enti yesere mo ye nua mo NPP for mo man panyimfo no so enya ahome kakra oh mo man panyimfo no nya aso kakra because uye panyin a wobre
na old pictures bi no mo twetwa na
wa bedu na prayer what bedu or the private jet na ba yet prayer what bedu na me nim say we yet chimisa 4 minutes what chimisa your friend say akwa na your friend we could yet na me so chimifo sa na me nim so chimisa
yes sa kasa we na first na yenua mo NDC fo bi mu ekasa ene ma manfo bi dwa omo a omo ye se mo de mo partem didi enunti na Rollins be ka say the NPP people they don't spend their time insulting people behind NDC our mouth is like acid we insult sa semna Rollins kan no NDC for kotnase through the leadership of John Dramani Mahama ne Asiedu Nketia eno mu rectify sa ade ne se Asante mamu no omubu omo ahemfo na akokasa na wudi atem ebia wuni nipa oye ko no ukudi atem na ekoka omo hene a enya ade ombeto abaye den ama because omo adwen se obi di hene obi di president wo kodi omo hene den atem to omo no makasa ama sa no ma no nipa mako na eden ewo mu di atem ewo NDC ba NDC mpanyimfo no pa die so betena radio so di atem die lalai onye bi saadi we no say NPP for from Nkrofo because also mu say nkate bone abefre nkate papa so ne mechire nkate bone abefre nkate papa enti o say omutimi ede ehwe no mo solve all this issue out yes enti misra ne offer me na mini aba misra wa nidi me your life or Rejoice Media TV tibi ya na chese mafro aha nyame hira enti se na me come nsem no me ni se wate ase ma mo be hangi call no adwuma no enu abi no nti o ya ha no ya ha so wate ase enti ise mo koso na mudi atema party ne beba be yete se enya akono biem because the NPP people know me my grandfather Buzi Nkrofo Fahobano, they don't insult who are more humble. Omubuade. So, party no bedru baby ne kodi Nkrofo bi nsa na atem didie basadia walai emfa na wonto aduane mamindi me ma to me data dia ba wo page so e betie sebe nyansa sama party no wodi ma me se o party no o president ne ba de na obeye dia mamia koka me mamiti house digitalization na kofia na IT center ho ne si enye dwomahama na start ye na NPP beto aso fiber optic cables no mo lay ne down no enye mahama ne atamas na start ye tukufo be kono no mo start sa no ma no amahama ne atamas ba no beto aso akufu ado ba no so beto aso. So what do you want to tell me? So when you mention no, they say dollar no, not your Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so watch no. I don't know my IGP. Meaning say my IGP bribe nti opie free oko. Dollar no koya kakakra nka do 20 cedis. Ye to aba na almost 16 Ghana cedis. And dollar rate you saying. And dollar rate, I mean check him out. As I'm speaking, dollar rate. I mean check it $1 to yes, $1 to cedis. Saying fetch me answers first. No, I didn't say £1. I said $1. $1. Monfancheme, yes. $1 to cedis, yes. $1 to cedis. And maybe sir. Siri. Yes, and a banner sir Dr. Muhammad Bawumia na ono bragi about dollar ne na se for no. And run dollar ne da 11 cedis 90 pesos and me ba chomo mu hu no mo hwe ne yi. E da saying And I saying, I think say CDT I say, I will make send this screenshot at the amount. And $1 Eda 11 cedi 64 pesos. Enya me nwa say enru the next month no. $1 ba be do 9 cedis, 8 cedis, 6 cedis because American for trade war na mo ye nti ade no to ya na ye den ti be form. O ye den NDC for be take credit because o ma ban na ye den e wo so. NPP for an come the be election. So we me kire no. Enti Bawumia ni message a wode ba. Ba ye nim say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye obi a or credibility. So we me kire no. Eni timo me ye one saving my no future. No me bo my Ghana because the ade ba kwa ye me nwan say won. NPP ba power. Bawumia na ye president o. Enyo no ye president o. Obenya akwanya de na nimdie. Ni ideology na ye den. Aba be bo my Ghana no. Na nipa no obetimi age power no e na e Kennedy akomproko Agyapong. Yenhwe o 2024 yi na nka muti yi na mode Kennedy bae. Ena nka ne ye di IT and information minister and then say wo de yemfa IT side no digitization yen create a whole ministry because abani timi bibia. Yen create digitization ministry emfa Bawumia. Anka the whole Ghana CCTV camera be ko ba bia. Digitization be ko ba bia. Anye den woda so power. Right after Kennedy abibie njuma Ghana fo no nya njuma ye Lebanon ni kuedi na sefo no. Amanfo nko hase no. Dr. Bawumia man is simple because amanfo refi 4 years no ne na ado no enso hwe eto omo COVID-19 na sefo Ghana fo nkae no. Wo de kai Ghana ni bi se COVID-19 na ado de nsuo che free ni refi. What the electricity chief ni refi wa wi adwuma wonya adwuma wa wi school nya adwuma nya na obekai wa wi school nya adwuma nya eno na obekai easy na meme kura ana menti mpanyimfo na ase akola so ope adwuma ye panyin so ope adwuma ye obi ase ope adwuma munya ni amoye bia na mumye adwuma ma omo ana aduro bi hye ho omo se ubi adwuma ma omanfo na na se omo kwanya no mu bi adwuma be ha adwen so ye beduru ane abanfo from buy and SSN prepaid. What is the secret behind this? NPP buy SSN prepaid meter ba ko pene ebo ye nanam so penso na meter ibo yi postpaid ya bowa meter krampo de obi anko ho be kona ntentan ya wo agi se omo mu ready meter ya na ba ho na omo ba be ye yi na mudi prepaid ba prepaid no wakwa akoto krampo wunya kwan nkoto credit okwa yese credit ni ho okwa yese network atiko chese wodwen ho a wonti ase o mane na mo boye kro no mu wie left and right modum nsabo akunimi yenu nyina ebom na mu wie na mu de akwa bruchiri na makwa akotena na mudi mo hwe ne ekoso Burkina Faso ayebi Cote d'Ivoire ayebi Burkina Faso atimi ama yehu se Ghana ene ye the black star na mum Ghana mpanyifo no ya akromfo ebi mu ya akromfo me kan ibo bi hwe me muni se ono a oye mampanya woni mi se ono so eye kromfo we die panyi bi ono wa wi oman sika pan nti me ka kromfo e ka no at the expense of ordinary people na manfo na ye poor afi okwa yiase honorable obie pe kwan asere usika aya enyemo ya enyemo mobo boys ya Danny Junkies oni sika odi bedidi chese anu na mekoko hu abrante bi na me kokko ye me 1212 ana me si o me nkofa abrante na me ne omunya adwuma na ya jaye nyina ye kodi pa di pa na ye kwa kodi no me kwa kodi me pa ono su kwa kodi ni pa na ekuhia na boy ni ba adwumam na anapa me sorry ana me kokpa agya wachi bi na me de fa level what I say me ntimi nkonkoto kuku na makoto we nti breakfast ni dia me swap breakfast na me kokko to wachi bi na me di na me bozu kuso abrante no nkokoto aduane a so koto gari hwe no akoto gari oto gari ani bibia na 6 cedis atifo hwe me na subscribe no wa share dia me wato bibia na 6 cedis oto gari na 6 cedis obi no akoto energy drink ɛde aka no atopa no aka owie na bibia si 15 cedis by the end so ekono owie a wanya benya bebe 70 cedis ana 80 cedis bi ya boyo hwe mranti ni din say oh ye nyina ye bedi bade nanso so wo to aduane a ekum wase chairman me wayire wo me wo ma ko ye adwuma sei ni na mse saa enti ukwa ye bade kwa ye adwuma uba odi bi behwe o manti wadidi ya obedidi mpo no aya asem na aya roho emabunu bebre ho mo ni future obi ho a lack of education me show bi a mitimi hu se nipa oyi good at this point ba me ma ho odin wo hia me de bebo nipa kro me mu a mete wo no kra me ni mwa me haso na ene na me kokko bo obi but me hwe nipa na me hwe na nima me hu se this person is a potential player for this on ye me kire no on se ye num bi nyankopon de sa adom akede na de ache obi o hwe na wo mma na adwuma kakra bi a obetimi aye no waye ni yi na so emwa no wo hia o de bo sa nipa kro wo na obetimi aboa no nya bi ni onya ya obeboa no so no oboa waboa wie na nipa be di natem Kennedy akopreko Agyapong eboa nkrofo ahiafo amanfo ni di natemi ono ane party ma obi a sebe wotimi ni 3 square mil 18 natem obi a wotimi awo mama mu ma 22 officially unofficial na de nka ho onya mfa ma abontini nkrofo krompo awo a amode ai bi amode ama no krom nya mfa ma abontini kra onya nkan ni manyina is successful akokura nya nwuye adwo asafo anka obanya ma radio so meka se Kennedy hwe ne ma o support Bawumia so ne woni Kennedy Japan wo ma won so aba abonten abeka se Kennedy hwe ne mada we mi huni se Kennedy wa badaye o kasa out of passion enti mamu mfa ne kasa anjeji no Ghana for o kasa because we owufo na hu so bi ba ho chena eye wo ya in some ways but obi ba na ho chena wo kobọ ne wie na obi gina ba bi di watama eno krompo san show more because o hwe wo ba bibi oba level dura na hwe se nipa kora na nko men kora se obetumi a level ba boot na so na otimi di watama eya timi sremo NPP mon calling your own members to order na asumjimra NPP party no media I'm here for peace and unity. I will never insult anybody because I don't know who is my helper. I don't know who is my destiny helper. I don't know who is going to be my angel. And I'm not saying because I want you to help me. No, I'm saying this. I want you to save a future of Ghana. Ghana be di ya metimubi utimubi. Omanya utima we come from a free. Udidi free. And I do 1 AM utimi sorry fa kwan ko babia. Udru ana police for cry no sere. Aban wukita license kro betimi a drive from Kumasi to Accra. Udru anu an so be ye Accra krampo de kwan so ana police for Tangiska. Techiman to Kumasi udru ana pa kakrama police for na waji wa maji o mko baby. 2 cities 3 cities na o mko baby. Ghana police for na hu say ahokire o man ni mu. Enti o mo fa stressing to adrava force o ka no krampo no asai kro udru anu motu for na chese waji kakra to wato correction na chese nsabo de wabo na wo baby. O man be ne tisi ku Dubai ku USA na kohwe. Even soja ni krampo no pie unlovely please need to me chew. Uye list obebu tu. Enti o here was hands up. Was hands up. One pijama nsa. Na sa oye sa wo pijama nsa say oh abobi kame ma memfa mensa ko odo nsa ko foma na ya botu. O man Ghana ntisa Ghana obi beti ni sika akototuo no de beto fon. Etuo kura de hu ana chese yesuru kura. Moma ye na nyankopon ase for this. Omo ye maju so beboa o man ene idi o matem. Na we edi we bi edi o man. Enti ye betena se ama ye di Burkina Faso abetwa Ghana mpoa. Ye betena se ama Burkina Faso ofo akoyi omo cars every port e di akwa ye omo akwan aye train akwan ade abetwa Ghana mpoa. Me ba cho me mampanyi JDM ani dim wo de wo ye bi agya wo din ho akọ de anka media anka mesrew say bi njuma ma konyamra ama mabunu no loans soft loans and kiosks nkitinkiti esisi kwan ho ma boys ne loans no mutimi MBOD bi free bi shawarma free bi pizza free bi restaurant free bi fried rice amunye quality your joint so on me kire no na en morning na anwa no emra from yen start na manufacture bi wo man ni mu na emra from na yipa no kokoto aban shops aban ni bie shops obe man no maso atete na be force ama market no so atete omo no ma no so on me kire no na no man ko yie emfa maye na nye saade na ye ko die agise nyankopon bom because you say mondwen ye ho dia ene timamfo be take action e ba sa so dia suggest fo be take over ene ye na je say enyem na mekan yo na ye moa na mo pe na yere e ba obetimi de comment abana ya pon dwuma de no na me nhyeda nche bebre so at say nra mo fa nche me wo life na na ekate entimi ni mo entimi endi nkomo anche mo fa nche me number is 0240778682 0240778682 midin edi DJ I for number no sisi ene ndi nkomo na kan wa adwen adenti awusu se Kennedy akomproko Agyapong ono na also betime babe ebedi nkunim na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na kwasa wa shock on say ti asem bia Kennedy Agyapong be kan bia comes to pass or a great prophet okachira NPP for say abanu mulusu ni 2022 mulusu abanu 2022 me pacho professor Makokwe ne report ni 2022 ne 2023 na NPP for ye campaign no denta na report abana dabi na Dr. Muhammad Bawumia afedi obe confirm say bonds na omode to mpanfo na omako retirement no so no eno ne ma NPP lusu abana abra na Kennedy akompreko Agyapong eka ho asem de kire oman no Ghana fonti wasi abra obi ede ne pension pay kokoto ho a okwa akoyi a wasi gise mfi bi a chance na watimi yi ni sika no ena Ghana for form ho adwen enti obi o wa aban ni mu ono ho bon aban ni mu bia ni ho de ne call election ba den obawini saa asem we no say Dr. Muhammad Bawumia ne figures na account dia no say na nka otimi de to na Ghana for eji Kennedy tum at that time na suwantie enye ene no ongomati pop atikopo suwantie ene Dr. Muhammad MPP 38% no so what I say anti say MPP forces omode omonte ase a omofa Dr. Muhammad Bawumia mra 2028 ye nyina yete habi ena ye hwe ye bompa ni obawini bia wawene namum obawini aban kro momfa ne easy because ye onkrofo bibira de wi omubufu ya munya nto aba gise Mahama feli agise Mahama feli Mahama be feli a in what sense manfo start wia oman ni sika agise amanfo estarte tonton oman na japade agise NDC mabunu no ebufu esoriti omompanfo na omompene ma NDC susu mfeli se omom first sign sami jamfidie no ono ani party ma wahu de wi omoye no omo dre no ma agrada akra ho hyehye no ene chese NDC for no full soldiers no they are not ready to go to opposition anytime soon until we a leader now ye hwe they will attack you if you a leader you make hwe in NDC full soldiers will not allow you to joke enti ane mo lazy mo book to no kra envy Kennedy Japan no kra mpo ye ka so beje power no on fa easy oba we ne with a slight margin because NDC for they are not going to take it easy. If Kennedy will win, it will depend on people from Northern region because kusa asi for no any man prisi for no beto abama Kennedy akompreko Agyapong omuno mubuo fu Mahama for the first time nti Kennedy die ombeto abama because omuni say Kennedy die we Lisa ompeno justice for all so ni michenti mimi paying for NDC MPP for monka muhombo na mo be kan bibi papa a JFK letter wa issue letter no okum komesrew ti se ya de adwuma ni nyina be so awoso ye nyina ye nim se okum kom wa bo adwuma JFK wo try se obey neutral so forces na di wachi na no den JFK wa ye odie omo issue say fa letter bi bra enya abotre emfi omo wate cause letter ne ma wo ho ye hi eba na general secretary say edin am de be omunim say general secretary wona won sa sha say ebi so ananya wo ama amanfo ase oma ye star bi so onim kire but anyway as NPP party amo for soldiers na mo koma individual candidate na I believe say ma part no enya nkrahye enya ahoden ade akomonim enti if there's any seminar amo try no mo organize those seminars no mo educate Bawumia Crawford, especially Bawumia Crawford, because atem no mudi no mutimi di atema wotia. I'm sure Bawumia be jina banu mo I'm sure 38%, so beti about 18% because the way Crawford be timi di atema no. Enti nani wo mu nti aban bia no ntawanto wo mu so yesere mo man kan bom na bia enya adwopro. Why? Bawumia o Kennedy o bia NPP ni. Bawumia we ni sisi ya Kennedy de obenya contract. Kennedy win is here Bawumia dey obenya contract nti omo ni oba win bia no a win-win game so what I say me no any problem nti pa adwuma bi ye NPP NDC they will still play game, they will all still so what I say and they will cover each other's what wrongdoing nti me no and a mobo yensu free Ghana first, African first, and I believe things will be better. My message will be the message about na men kind men family juma de nisia. Derek I'll say hi, okay. Thank you very much for watching me, Derek. All right, obi bi o hwe me bia nya me hira na onka wo ho na mo me de bia me ka me so ope air fresh papa dia. Ope air fresh na papa abema kala na body atoso a na rejoice fragrant so what I say. Unya bia abeboa wo na bibia sisi e amount ope wo techiman wo sunyan wo akrodi goso baby bia wo bia off place order abeba na ye zoom interview so na me adoma Saturday be zoom interview ntimi srew so wo ha na pese zoom no wo be join ni bia me srew a me number no ma me se metimi dia to so dia mo a me number ni the screen so me de number na to screen so yes I'm my number to screen so emfama yes enti me de number no to screen so e de amamo na osuanya yes number ni enti se wo fa na se wo test me ana wo fra menya na me de waka page no na watimi e den abekasa e wo zoom na se na wa kyerɛ adwen e de afa oman Ghana ene ne yekoso na Africos ni yekoso no nyame adum ochina me de update bebremo ochina yebeka Kennedy ho asem ne aka Africos ku na yekoso no ho nsem ku ni successful ana anye successful e ne bae e ma sa kuwi esiye e ba ne senya nipa a woye Western puppet se na manfo kana no so no de omutu anu watiem e ba ne senya nei timamufo na timi asori no motu no na asan watara krompo na chikwan e wa hin as no kin no vote safo kantanka thank you very much no kin no vote yesu anti mema mu update no na ya sin ya call menu bi wo ho o Africos wo na mefrɛ no nse dadie so ne Ghana ye ne Cote d'Ivoire na bo hie ai je be frɛ na yati ni yekoso wo ho ntokwa ne gusu koso ana president de mutu no wie no 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 BBS yes bon fanche me enti ye be koso na ye di sa update na bro nyame adom ochina enti nyankopon hiro bibia na onka mo ho on hwemodi as no king no vote and let king be king so what I say let Kennedy come pro Agyapong be who he is and you can't change him for real.
Obi a memetra radio so born adwuma ho de ro no. I should be the first person to believe in him. Of course. But within the current circumstance and current context, a collection of lose 1.7 million. You who say here somebody like Kennedy Agyapong. They say you. I say prekese. Obi nim na who say ahoden no show betime.
The last question. Did religious affect the electoral fortunes in the 2024 elections?
Religion has 7 hours a day. Oh, hey, I did Dr. Bawumia say affect. So I see a quick report to say, me, look, I respect Dr. Bawumia's view. But this is what I'm saying. It's a very sensitive one to me. I quite say it's a panic couldn't have and penny for set so I just used 2 minutes to answer. For me, I'll be surprised if Okwe report does not capture religion and ethnicity as factors affected 2024 elections. Not on any ill motive, but we are people of religion. We are people of culture. Dr. Bawumia crowd there in the bay. Young said banner just to prevent the whole target NPP account party. Was religiously and tribally motivated. Didn't like him say religion and tribe did not affect the election. Or mind with me, 2 bars mark 100. Emu 99 a bompire and send you 2 bars. We are people of religion. Kremoni Kowari Christian, recently gave you a minute at manager. First, you catch him so you Christian. And that is a reality. We've only learned to live amongst each other. It does not necessarily mean, say, those religious friends say decisions, or when we are making decisions, we don't make records to those religious and ethnicity. You make it, you are too about 1592. They be a Santa region to my NPP, voter region to my this. What are you talking about? Say ethnicity affects it. Electoral outcome. It does. But the whole point are not Dr. Kase. We say Dr. example, no, use a sense out, and I'm doing that briefly, just a minute. We say a sense out, or no, Muslim, no, OBT, Reverend Minister, or no, software, in terms of the elections. But remember, just a brief analysis if you have. Where at every point, when you take the text out of the context, you only be discussing the pretext and not the text properly so called. I said, now I come confess with Laura, but most of the time, But I want to say, at every point, you should look at the dynamics present before you are able to do a holistic analysis of the course you're in. I sense out as a man, independent candidate, independent candidate. We are in team for Joe, no NPP, no, puli 26.22%. In team for Joe puli, 39%. And an independent candidate also puli 22.38%. Right? What can in Albuma? Now they compare Dr. Bawumia Vosa. Will you be able to make any fair or comprehensive or coherent analysis? If you want to compare, if you want to have a very holistic view or analysis of what really pertained there, you have to compare the presidential elections and the presidential results to that of the previous presidential election. I mean, presidential elections in 2016, GM 35.77%, Nanadonya 62.22%. Now, 2024. Over 2024, GM 50.56%, DMB 46.68%. And to the DMB, quite compared another DMB so say 15.54%. And GM so the course 14.49%. But in London, what I just want to say is the independent candidates, now or a pro NPP guy, one move votes near the HA. That's how come you see Dr. Bawumia's votes being higher. But the Dr. Bawumia votes compared to the predecessor, President Akufo-Addo, the votes also rather 15%, and John Mahama votes rather went high by 14%. So you cannot use that as a test case to say, religion did not affect. We are people of religion, a people of culture. All our decisions are born out of religion and ethnicity. Why do you say about the NDM? It plays a role. Okay. I beg to differ.
What is it that a good number of you, when I say you, Momo Binomwa, Baby Basinkonia, Shadon Humo, Binipa Binomwa, as you say, for be big crown, Abba, Binomodia, Momo Binomwa, Manaka crown near there. But now a lot of people are coming on board. Why? What is it?
Say, I think, say, season beyond the dynamics that plays out, and at every point they be a casa memo in a development. Say be a nipa as a tremor de akoyi na wanu timakoano na say the kofo sika the American dream no we can also have a Ghanaian dream. Omaim ha sebi abruyete. Oye young person na school, and I've read a lot of researches and statistics. But the nicest one pokure woman yet too scary, you know, say nkora wie national service say kabia nkora mo wie national service na ya. It will take a minimum of 10 years for half of that national service bar to get permanent employment. Not foreigners in their own country. The remaining half will still be searching for the next 10 years and so a permanent employment. I've read other researches almost in the state can only employ 2. Now, all these are the basic challenges that we know as the people, and these are challenges. Nana me call GTV no more book clip be na kuwa esi na bia kotoka beba champo beba we beba. And you know, say the reasons they cited for those schools, are the same reasons you hear so knee at the 12 for. So the principle and the point I want to make is that our challenges as a people has always been the same, but the bigger vacuum intimacy of your challenges also has more to do with leadership. So leadership counts, character counts. Now, Bribiano, your approach to building leaders to solve the basic challenges, i.e., unemployment, ebine jumso, ebine galamse, healthcare, agriculture, no money adeno. Abribiano, ya den kofwa ebi ebe from say career politicians naba. And we start if you solo mo bro Bible mo. Ohu akora no afa no apagya no wa kiss no den kofwa wo ho nyina ne aboy sama no. Oh, akowe de openkwara sempa. And then a minister na say be a MP na say mayor obey nhyehyɛ na ye recruit nkofo to maintain the be gutters no. Ono na one day wa shada fa camera si so. No ko gina gutter mu atutu bi no atutu bi. Musa ho say let's put data on it. Gutters na ye hu omo say be a obi a open position obo mati o fufu o tu gutter mo no. Those one-off events na ya hu no has it been able to solve our problems as a country for us. And for me, if we want to really address the challenges of our country, career politicians, it looks like Obiaye the Bromo. And believe you me, people, the little hope or trust that them for politically exposed individuals, let me give you a clear instance. Mr. Mahama, I've always insisted, say, Mr. Mahama's second coming, Ghanaians don't really have much expectation from him. Why? Because they feel, say, NPP amemono certain standard on model to any expectation and no pay free NPP amemono yentima anya dey amomosa. So for me, it is not the NPP which even lost, which even for example, it's not Mahama who even won the election, but has more to do with the NPP losing the election. So that to the average Ghanaian, in the absence of what we expect to be good, then we can even go for bad. Because it shows you how obia level of trust that people have in leadership near the Aircraft. So me, at the country particularly, the Honorable Agyapong campaign has to do with character counts. Character and a defining leadership. And now me come off the back because what is the vision of Honorable Agyapong? When I'm saying maybe a drone within the 21st century, we don't need vision again. We need leadership. Vision there. Me fear me find a phone call Google. I can be able to type vision for a country. Yeah, but more be brainy. I can't no. Maybe a drone. We need that leadership trait. We need that leadership to transform Libya. We need that leadership to transform Botswana. We need that leadership to transform China, Malaysia, no other Singapore, no money. That is leadership counting. That is what I see in Honorable Agyapong. Of course, people have misinterpreted it. Yes, you or a temperamental. But Abibiano, Sebio, I will not sit here and pretend it's Honorable Agyapong or a saint. No. Yes, I'll be very dishonest to myself and to Ghana. We have similar character traits. People will see some as weaknesses. People also will see some as strength. But it's about how you leverage it. The so esiha cap esiha near says so guma. Who say half full. Who say half empty. So it depends on how you see it. Instead of me say me who temperament. Yeah, I agree. There are certain things they be because honorable trek a crowd home, but they'll be passionate about the biano. One here they will be address at the corner. Obakacha so a temperamental.
Yeah.
Obia. That is a disciplined leader. But Krum Hana, or my word, I try him with you. Okay, why didn't you be here? I just say, so we need to leverage the character traits, the lifestyle. Bakufo Timi employ about 7,000 workers, build steel industries, and then charity mantle a factory, fruit factory, cold stores, and all the businesses are building up. For me, I am of the view, say, baby, I don't know. You hear Nipasa, when you look at the lifestyle, what he stood for, no matter what he criticizes, to the extent what we criticize on one own party, we need somebody who is that disciplined within this present moment. Will be a hope and trust and confidence of politicians to lead us as a people.
Even though all you need is provoke Ken, and he will go haywire.
Well, and then I made a pronouncement on one of your sister stations, and I said, let Ken be Ken. And I always stand by it. Let Ken be Ken, which I say.
Oh, so you brought that phrase now.
Yes.
Afa Ajibabia, let Ken be Ken. Let Ken be Ken. No?
Yes. Yeah, because there is a history to that.
Okay.
Trump, Brana, the campaign manager, one more day, you know, the people, his campaign team felt that we need to change the guy. Now Trump and Semu Ho can't any can say that. You know Trump quite know is what the demand or Yabano conviction or sentence or it might be the president. But they realize say the leadership, you know, the every people get the leadership that it deserves, and that the leadership is the reflection of who the people are. Into unya leadership abribiano, akoye more or less like pentimento. Obuti, or Yanozo, Brennan Hwase, Ahombrasia Hine, incorruptible, Mahama is the hope, Wahweni, Obabanentesa. But our argument is that Uka temperamental, the other leaders that people also see as timid.
Yeah.
People see other leaders as timid. There are people who also see other leaders say, one more crowd, you're manipulative, Buaha, Obiati manipulating. Me, last election. You want to say that the neighbor just to have control, which may not necessarily be so. These are normal, but we are timid that it may be a weakness, but also it can also be an opportunity. You may leveraging who so this guy is a calm person. Just like Honorable Ken. Why as people see him as temperamental? Maybe who say if we he's a human being. In our character traits, obviously he will seek to build himself. But Mimi, who more or less like a bold and fearless and passionate leader. Yet Mikobi, I had the opportunity to be there half a day. A young man chairman on the Papa No relationship, far microphone for about 45 minutes. The deep Papa Tem can send ya. Me, the ordinary expectation is a Tanku, se Mashiwa before na minya na MC ordinarily no. And can we crack one for microphone in your day, Emma, whatever another person or for Muajo. You are a microphone, question can day, and so on, Casa. And the sad part is say, Abronia, yes, I know money all leadership at all, menu or train Yadwa, Obien who to be condemned. Whilst you see him as temperamental, don't you also think, say, it's part of the Ghanaian value system, say, Obia the end of penny for her, say, catch and say, Adio, any day. But I say, Ken may be so passionate about it and talk it in a certain way. Within the Ghanaian context or cultural context, people may not really appreciate it. Say, oh, Ghana, the Nkasem. But let me ask you, your cultural context, your Katasubo Mwaso M% normal, your beckon as how it is. In terms of educational transformation. And I building roads am I. I build the hospitals am I. And then the more about to make for millions of dollars contracts here, but we get people defending him. Why? Because Ghana the encamping. So for me, there are sometimes you need to call a spade. But I also agree that Nipa, just like all of us, say who leaders busy timid, they need to stand up. When people also view him as temperamental, whilst it can be construed as somebody who is so passionate, bold, and fearless, he also needs to work on himself as a human being.
Timidity and temperament, you think temperament is the best?
Well, I don't.
That is if it is so between timidity and temperament.
For me, I am of the view that the people of Ghana are more interested in what these two. I mean, without even putting names or faces to them, but I can speak for Honorable Ken. The people of Ghana are more interested in what he can do for them based on his lifestyle, what he stands for, and what he has stood for in the past. Somebody who ultimately challenging the party. Say, hey, look at this. Nipa, how many years now in politics? Has there been any tag of corruption on him for once? What I say? These are what the ordinary people of Ghana seeks. That pentimento style of leadership, Okova that boy. Now, me hear the video, but I couldn't Obama BBT. Obedi MP about to
Onya tam
kra. Me hu nkrofo abra no propose no kwatsa oni nipa di bayere. Na wo gwamtanko, are you more interested in the oni ube di bayere and the obejo ma healthcare? We need to, as a people, be conscious of that reality. Say your politics, you move away from that manipulative politics. Baby, oh, where do you be? Me over reduce style be. Within a certain context, for harmonious living and harmonious building, obviously from no church, it's symbolic. Now, be a mind for communal labor, but withdraw to do that. Who wants to say, Sika, ya far workers, say, here MP, no, no. Mean who say, all these developed countries and advanced countries, I see emulating, or who's a Trump and I said, not David Cameron, and now Putin, no. It's a failure. And we don't need to admit that as leadership. A systemic failure. I just say, my muhano, and then the leadership. As well as Jehine, or Bebazonabo conflict that's all. But as well as Brandon. You see, the template that we have been using to select our presidents has more to do with PR inclined than the reality that we face. That's why I'm saying that let Ken be Ken, let the guy be himself. Only as an
ordinary Ghanaian, I be team baby. What is different about what me but say Ken becoming a president? What's going to be different? What can template be a Ghana hire you for so long?
MY.
So what is going to be different with Ken?
That's why I say if you want development, one, leadership counts. And if you want leadership, true leadership, character counts. Character is everything. So now character counts, yeah, can say you should look at Nipano, the hallmark or the trademark of him. Say maybe not here. One thing we cannot all deny and say, yes, I can do no nonsense person. And just add here as on my or Maya need to jump a traffic, to buy a Land Cruiser. Uti ani ye kura police force abi gina wacha bra wo webu emraso no. Why? Because obi e yibi. Sana etie wa ha. You need character, you need leadership, you need somebody who can look into everybody's face and say even if the whole country say sada na yeji tumo onye dey onyintu na mretia. Character, leadership counts. What about the lifestyle and the life situation? What does it stand for? Me honey me key no. I gave you a statistics. Nkore wi school. Half of that national service batch we school. Averagely, you are looking at about 150 to 200,000 every year. Universities, including the private universities, will graduate. It will take a minimum of 10 years for half of that batch to get permanent employment. The other half will still be searching. If you want to break it down, where school be a NIPA 12 be a, the state can only recruit 2. Ghanaian, I'm a young person. Me who say my future is very bleak. People are living American dream, but I cannot even live my own dream in my own country. To the extent to say, they are not foreigners in their own country. A government comes in and he says that your first love letter is dismissal letter. We are 4 years, 5 years, 8 years, 7 years, averagely, and nobody ejuma. Me and I say me politically exposed and me need penny for him governor. Me and I 3 years old. So the situation is very scary that if you ask me, can the campaign team should save Ghana? Because situations like this, you need somebody the lifestyle at his own private level in terms of the biggest challenge and the biggest problem which has to do with the unemployment and the lifestyle, what has it been about it? And then your campaign running. Your campaign has always been more general into any individual base and affecting individual life. And until a baby NPP Becca, 3 SHS, one district, one factory, one village, one dam. But you see, you could see interchange. AC is legal. Now we commission, now video, now Santifo in a share. The average person not cocoa farm interchange who's on faso. So it's about the time our discussions about politics should be more individual centered. Yam building the individual lives. Creating Numa, Memu and crying a binya day, enye. No, when you're binya, also talk, I also could see interchange. On what the cack of our day, or who's on faso. So for me, that's what I believe Ken stands for. That aspect of FIMA, to be building any panel, building the human capacity and And his lifestyle has demonstrated. As at now, the Juma Wabieno has been able to recruit 7,000 people. The mindset now has to do with entrepreneurship. Believe you me, what the Macken and Branon can say, or the entrepreneurship alone, be revolutionize Ghana to cause change. Now, Ubi Abra Bomu, any Abra Bomu ye. Now, Unya Bibi and Sakua no Timisha or Yeronoma. That is where the evolution of development can start from. So, for me, I believe that beyond his lifestyle, Sebia Wabobra, in terms of the entrepreneurship skills, now even about the character traits, what he stands for, no nonsense, man, disciplinarian, patriotic. Same way say I am of the view say if you would net and when he had compare all other people are a boy. And finally, even as an MPP, we need him. Senya Ken pa, let's be very honest, and I'm very mindful here because
na me ba de do so what na me kon say
yes
omo amene omo akasa e bia to me catch me say it is easier for Ken to become a president than for him to become the flag bearer of the new patriotic party. Why is it so?
I think context is also very important, and the context is that what they compare previously na aban ne wo ha, it looks like Dr. Bawumia had more acceptability with the establishment than
the incumbency
advantage. So a vice president, he had more access to the ordinarily, it was more or less like he had a very good system in terms of how the electoral system college to win.
It's not like that now.
It's not like that now because they say because I mean, how could you have an election previously? All 137 MP support one candidate. I mean, there is I wouldn't say it's questionable, but is intriguing. How can we have an election at all DC is at 260 267 constituencies to say no 237 all 237 constituencies. DC be a support to one candidate or appointee be a support to one candidate. It means that, well, at that time people felt Dr. Bawumia, but of course with the electoral outcome, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people may want to amend their position. For me, I think right now is the reverse. The reverse is however true. I've met a lot of people almost some the about the electoral. I feel he has a very brighter chance of winning the primaries and even both the general elections.
Should there be changes to new patriotic party? Said more constitution, any other because there have been number of course. Say you support that idea?
Oh, certainly. I mean, situation warrants its own response. And so that idea be any penny who say it depends on how you look at it. When you take advantage of it, a bit will see loss by Amaya and Casaya to your home for Ashia and Honoma. And part of the Opese Mokam Hubo Musa and then Sayabani who say you've rebranded, you've learned, and those things. And there are a lot of things that you also have to change. And one of them also has to do with the constitution. I think there's been proposal, first of all, Mekai court tunnel. Honorable Ken make a proposal, say, one, Ubia, you're in a free party, whether on the phone party, whether party, the phone, the that's the amnesty bit. And there's also a lot of proposals about opening up the electoral college. Because you want to say, and no one before Nankofor, so it's one of the reasons Nankofor, so Edijina, so Mankoto Abano. So those reforms, those proposals is in order. Now, at the end of the day, just we have to get expansion and get everybody to participate or involve. And that, for me, reflects the true essence of democracy, no Bihamrem. It is in right order.
Unity of party.
Yes. Unity. Now, question I was the same what be that you see and tomorrow about
there's something. Me Ken once in my entire Adjuma. Now, Franco will tell you, I like him. I've said it, me tell radio so I can. And I'm that person that oya de na ya metena meka bibi o na ntwa ya meka party nyama mu ye
Awurade adom se bi bro ya to abawia benefo so so to
of course
nti ono musaka se woka etima ana ekase bia ma ka I'm sure says abeno eyene ya people may also see it as derogatory other than match or kaka, but within the context and then can any manage the entry. And they say when you lose elections, our assumptions looks true. When a year say, but medium UGD is an invitation for all of us to regroup, re-strategize. Na the who here say and fire home and phone so chair home. A baby America say any party me a party bonnet, a party to me any pie day a bonnet. And we hear now thank you to I start here honorable Ken also a mobile amnesty unity. Not about me and also chebi unity in a kabom. Usually in people when there is a sense of direction and there is a leader, I feel also be the airline. In with time. Titu ye thank you to you pulley out me kase I'm referring to honorable Ken team. But na the question also no na ihunu say one more accounts bit my day atwa so ayo pepe. But at the end of the day, thank you to a series of activities, a better police station elections, a budget party for adjoining, a better congress, a better approval, a better say, you're canning in our boom, you need a leader, medium Mrs. Asumji, a beba. As I say, Asumji or her. So we'll election, we are not, we are our DNA, we are not
understandable. Yeah. From the word go, thank you, Toy, because opinions be bring the free party more. Abba for charging. Was it a good one?
Yeah, it was. Chese is a neck decision. Now one say one more highest decision making body of the party, yeah. And Osha there have been precedents to it. History one more Omonya Kwenya Aquas flagbearer and even presidential candidates in Yinano.
Yeah,
this is not the first time. And to be very honest and to be fair. Ordinarily, it should have even been Dr. Bawumia's thank you, Tom, because one of the ballot paper.
Of course.
Just that this year, now a quiet novel. And now, when we say other candidates or more prime minister, are enjoying it. So if you look at the motive and the intention, they are not and so be anything. But I can't nipa and I was a to any pie de politicians said they with any least opportunity they want to take advantage, market themselves, do the politics of it. And also now we are no affair no be any interest we are a lot of times we are the main actors and of course the main politicians now sometimes people in their attempt to show so much loyalty and love to their candidate was over passionate. Na no maybe wo hokra na ese efanisi ana akochia ndi nipa ho adwuma eno so de
one frame ma me na mo di na ye mo billboard no wewu o ma fa fun one frame enye se na eyie no ana se ma me ni we ya na ekosie no there was a proper funeral arrangement.
You see so many apartment buildings going for sale for sale. The contractors who have decided to go into real estate. It's not a bad idea. The mere fact that you've given it a thought shows that you want to be an entrepreneur. So I will encourage you, but be careful which area you enter into. It's very, very important. But I'm not, honestly speaking, I'm not fascinated with it. I give you one. I don't have to tell you, but I don't want you to make mistakes. So I'll share my personal experience with you again. I put 3 million aside, 1 million at a bank for my new house, 1 million to complete my new coastal, and 1 million to do the earthwork, the civil works at the steel plant. Would you believe that the $1 million I put in my house is finished? And when you go there, it's uncompleted. The $1 million I put in the coastal, when you go there and see the level, something that is going to bring me money, when you see what $1 million has done
with the new coastal, 31,000 tons. You have no idea. $1 million in the steel plant. When you go there and you see the earthworks that they've done. But meanwhile, the house, $1 million is like you have a sieve. Now you're dropping the water in there. It goes just like that. So you have to be careful with real estate. That is all I can tell you. It's good. It means you want to be self-independent. You want to do your business. It's good. But you have to be careful. I'm not saying I'm writing it off completely, no. But try other manufacturing areas and you see what will happen. And stock exchange. With what I'm doing with the industries, I call it lazy approach. You know, one of my daughters work at the Google. Started buying stocks. One day, said, Daddy, let me show you. I made $432,000. No, she's just about 24. I think this February she was 26. $432,000. Just about 2 months ago, the 432, because of the volatility of the stock exchange, the money dropped to about 200,000. But if you put it in a business where you have time to manage it yourself, you will see the outcome. They are in America and they don't know this kind of manufacturing and how they are going into it, and therefore they're going into stocks. It's good, but I call it lazy approach, because you can spend about $300,000 and have this water manufacturing company, and in the next 1 year you get your $300,000 back. So stock exchange and real estate, if you are into business this side of the world, you see that stock exchange and real estate, they don't bring money. I'll give you a typical example again. Donald Trump, when we were in America with Trump Palace and all those, then we have Hemsley Palace, all those. Now the tech guys have taken over. The tech guys, technology guys, they've taken over. So you should watch the trend, how it's going before you invest.
Abusua adwumapa on demand service for na ekasa adwumapa on demand for say o pese wo di dwuma bia nkankanga fo am obrochire a obehia nipa didi so ya.
And you also question about business and politics. It is not very easy. In business, I would have gone far than where I am today if I'm not a politician. Why? Because I belong to one political party. If there's change of government, they attack your business. The new government attacks your business. Even your own government, friends might look at your face and they don't like it and try to kill your business. But if you're a politician and you are not a businessman, it's different. You don't feel the pain. But if you're a businessman and you are still doing politics, it is not very easy. So to balance it, all you need to do to enable you balance it is honesty. Don't compromise on your integrity. If you compromise on your integrity and do any fishy deals, any change of government, they will come after you and collapse your business. So if you want to do business and at the same time go into politics, you should know what is ahead of you. It's a high stake that you're going to take. Interest rates. First, to reduce interest rate in this country, I have to tell you, I am not scared. I will tell you the truth because I'm a businessman. You don't need the government competing with entrepreneurs or businessmen in terms of borrowing. The government is borrowing from the banks. When we create businesses, The government will get taxes from workers, the businesses, they will pay their annual taxes and everything, the corporate taxes. When the government has enough money, it will bring the rates down because they will not be competing with private sector for loans to do other projects. So creating more employment and flooding the market with goods and services will also bring interest rates down. Today we are talking about dollar. I hear in the news all over. The economists will tell you if they are fair and they are not playing politics with it. It is not a magic from NDC government. It's not a magic from NPP government that is bringing the dollar down. It is Trump and his policies towards the rest of the world's economy that people are not demanding dollars as expected. So the dollars are sitting there. Now they are competing with China. So whatever they are saying, if Trump and the world come together again, you will see that our country did not put or implement any policies that will bring the dollar down. So whatever you are seeing here is temporal. I am telling you, it's temporal. It is not any economic gurus in this country that is causing the cedi to appreciate and the dollar to depreciate. It is the world market that they are not demanding the dollars as much as they used to. That is why there's no competition and supply of dollar is exceeding the demand. As simple as that. These are basic economics principles. So we have to be careful with what they are saying about interest rates and all those things. It's not magic. It is the world economy that is falling apart. And the demand for the dollar has gone down. Somebody asks about punctuality. Punctuality, I talk about time, because if you become disciplined with your time, it affects everything that you do, even the decision that you take. So if they ask you to come at 7, somebody will tell you, I leave at Okanshi and I'm working at, I have a company called Platinum. We do the plastics. I always take buses to Kaneshi, Ashama, Tema Central to pick the workers. With all this, some come and they are late because coming to join the bus is not waiting for one person. So when you are late, it leaves you and they come back giving excuses that I live at Kaneshi. When you were looking for a job, did you tell your boss that you live at Kaneshi and therefore you be coming to work very late? If you have told your boss that you be coming to work very late, would he have employed you? So that is no excuse. You knew you were staying at Kaneshi and coming to work at free zones. So if you start work at 5, you have to wake up at 3 to get there. No excuse. Because you know if you wake up at 4, you cannot use 1 hour to get to free zones. So punctuality is very, very important. And it helps in our daily activities. It increases production. And delays will also reduce production. So punctuality, punctuality, punctuality. That's the only way we can grow the economy. Industrialization. If I talk about entrepreneurship, what do you mean by industrialization? The businesses that we are creating. Somebody mentioned I have a steel plant worth 100 million. In fact, I don't know how he got it, but 3 days ago, the Indians came and they assessed the factory and they said it's $100 million. And I need $35 million working capital. Now, do you call Agyapong an industrialist or what? So it's the entrepreneurs who create the industries. So if we are talking about entrepreneurs, they are the same people. When we say industry, we have small scale ones and large scale ones. So at any level, those going into production, they are also part of the industrialization process. So entrepreneurs are leaders of the industries, and therefore don't get it wrong. They are the same. Language. Very interesting point. See, if we're able to use our own language, in Ghana here, they always say, oh, if you can't speak good English, it means you are not intelligent. That is what we call in Latin, fallacy of argumentum ad hominem. Okay? Because I have about 27 Indians at site now. You know, I had always had the impression that India is an English-speaking country and therefore they all speak English. It's not true. I took them to Noble restaurant one day, having lunch with the workers, the Indians. And all of them here are engineers, but they can't speak English. Only few. They use their language. And they are fixing all these machines. Those of us going to Accra, we will pass by the factory for you to see. So, look, I would have been one of the brilliant students if I had used my own language. Because born at Asidompim, not Papa. You know, at the Saudi College, when we speak, they will call me, and the young ones from Radiant Way, Morning Star Association, they all turn their back. The teacher, the master was, yes, the gentleman back there, and they will turn and look at Kwame Agyapong, Anu Blofu Cheme. You know, we struggle to use the white man's language. So I think it's a very interesting point that you've raised, and we need to discuss further. Maybe we've gone too far so many years, but it's still worth trying. In our own language, you see many people coming out with flying colors. Real estate and stock exchange. My lady from Nigeria, this side of the world, there are two types of real estate. I have failed in real estate. Why? Because I build or buy and rent. Have so many houses empty, apartments in cantonments here and there, they are all empty. Those who benefit from real estate are the builders, those who build and sell. And you see, like that is not a lucrative business. I'll give you one example. The new factory that I bought that employs 350 people, I did not pay more than $4 million for that factory, and it's employing 350 people. I have a house in cantonments that the land alone I paid $2.2 million. So completion, what would be your estimation? So instead of going into real estate, preferably you go into manufacturing. Because what I'm earning from the $4 million company, in the next 2 years, I'll get my money back. Whereas the properties that I have are sitting there idle, empty. Nobody is buying it. You see so many apartment buildings going for sale, for sale. They are there for sale. These are the contractors who have decided to go into real estate. It's not a bad idea. The mere fact that you've given it a thought shows that you want to be an entrepreneur. So I will encourage you, but be careful which area you enter into. It's very, very important. But I'm not, honestly speaking, I'm not fascinated with it. I'll give you one. I don't have to tell you, but I don't want you to make mistakes. So I'll share my personal experience with you again. I put 3 million aside, 1 million at a bank for my new house, 1 million to complete my new coastal, and 1 million to do the earthwork, the civil works at the steel plant. Would you believe that the $1 million I put in my house is finished? And when you go there, it's uncompleted. The $1 million I put in the coastal, when you go there and see the level, something that is going to bring me money, when you see what $1 million has done with the new coastal, 31,000 tons, you have no idea. $1 million in the steel plant, when you go there and you see the earthworks that they've done. And meanwhile, the house, $1 million is like you have a sieve. Now you're dropping the water in there. It goes just like that. So you have to be careful with real estate. That is all I can tell you. It's good. It means you want to be self-independent. You want to do your business. It's good. But you have to be careful. I'm not saying I'm writing it off completely, no. But try other manufacturing areas and you see what will happen. And stock exchange. With what I'm doing with the industries, I call it lazy approach. You know, one of my daughters work at the Google, started buying stocks. One day, said, Daddy, let me show you. I made $432,000. No, she's just about 24. I think this February she was 26. $432,000. Just about 2 months ago, the 432, because of the volatility of the stock exchange, the money dropped to about 200,000. But if you put it in a business where you have time to manage it yourself, you will see the outcome. They are in America and they don't know this kind of manufacturing and how they are going into it, and therefore they're going into stocks. It's good, but I call it lazy approach, because you can spend about $300,000 and have this water manufacturing company, and in the next 1 year you get your $300,000 back. So stock exchange and real estate, if you are into business this side of the world, you see that stock exchange and real estate, they don't bring money. I'll give you a typical example again. Donald Trump, when we were in America with Trump Palace and all those, then we have Hemsley Palace, all those. Now the tech guys have taken over. The tech guys, technology guys, they've taken over. So you should watch the trend, how it's going before you invest.
Abusua adwumapa on demand service for na eka say adwumapa on demand for say o pese wo di dwuma bia nkankanga fo am obrochire a obehia nipa didi so ya
division is there division abeda Nanado and Bawumia.
Oh, I'm telling you, because division Chawabude that's it. NPP, thank you to no that's kwana
Eso ba breaking kakra.
Thank you to Norma Bricky.
Yeah, sure. Me na me mama yinti, to be frank, because me follow where me that down. Man follow. But me buy my say omo call baby nti omo kwa yibi wo baby so di omo ko.
He no moko.
I think UK also.
Omo kwa bruchiri. Yeah. Omo go thank you to no.
Omo kwa ye also they say your branches so ho nyina nti omo ye nyina na omo ba.
Nti omo ko no ken di omo chiana.
Oh, that.
Can anka ho bi.
That's what they all withdraw from the no withdraw.
Ntino still a onyama. They be on back Kumase no. Se kan wo bi the be mu. E na no resign. Wanye say obesa akobio. But sasem na wo kan say all the national executives of the party esan say man bomodin ewo the 2024 elections no ebuno munyina no mumrefie moyempam. Do you still stand by that comment? National executives of the New Patriotic Party. You still stand by that statement?
Yeah.
What's the sound drink?
There have been someone drink.
Attacks me a mouse.
Now, me a stubborn a ground.
Chairman Bute also heading.
Mr. Me a stubborn a ground.
Stubborn as in what?
Sir, Obaka say, Oba, because I'm a cassa say, one, maybe fish a man, near man, no, and into attack me when family cry.
You still hold on to that.
Oh, I know the family cry. More power, Obia, or Bibia, power, attack me and family.
Don't you think, sir, it's because of, sir, Uni Pepasa Obesa running for that office and
you sign it too. Me say, yam perform. Ye my 137 seats. And you say, copy be a become. You are trying about 88 or 80 something. Is it 88?
88.
And you won't say, ye executive your way, will be a become press or pay you. New ideas, mra. No matter party, because party, no, yet, you know, Nanya dia yesi kasam ni ade ade say na say yesi kasam no yeti no chese wow bre no ko bibi kakara body aye party no na ekuyenim but see now you look as if akwe kasam nti we am person be fi be but anya good
elections in the New Patriotic Party at the national executive level no akwakwa yesi kasam
me feel say I was see ye party no chain ye benya o ne make what you say because party no ho no so baby asisi aduru ne baby e dey ko no enfata party no.
So you still feel say the current crops of national executives no eda so e wo ho na mo 2028 elections na
emwaye
mo be say di ngugo
miss emwaye
emwa mo e kire say mo be di ngugo
masa ba me ka se mi show
bitie
party no ye say this voya you say wow you flagbearer no ye leader no NPP ntisa
Senate
NPP there o ye flagbearer we ye hwan the chairman the national chairman of the party on ye leader
even Wabra mo pound say
yes
or ye the flagbearer of the party
because this ni bibia wo say wow ye flagbearer no ye leader enim ba ye no I say ye chairperson no and the leader near the chairman of the party. Your friend saying, thank you to your Mukoye.
Sure.
As someone is see what the man in Kuana Bricum or something.
They see what
Bricum.
Yeah. Between Abronye and Honorable Kennedy, Japan. Yeah.
I say I was say party hierarchy. I'm quite to say chairman and general secretary.
General secretary.
I'm point I'm from announce that omoji speaker no omoji mic free ayisem no e was so mo baso mi nyina say yo mo ye nenye then it ends there but so man yen sa ne wom no ma bakuma se obi akọ obi sikai we say man draw we say
national chairman so the ambassador wo yare
a whole regional chairman obi di ba kwatem sa what is this I don't know nkabom ne ekoye ya na se ekotiti mu right there na ka was about Bawumia speaker no kra wo contable mu miru nyina and what is the interest
enu achi na Abronye so sakotena wuntumi
and I say Abronye after that no say ya dia owo mienu no kasa kire owo wa after say owo mienu no encounter the buy no a enka enkoba say Abronye be say ba be radio so abedi Kenatem as regional chairman the whole regional chairman
and the national executives of the party musu Mayan Shahain.
Yes.
Mayan Shahain.
At the enquiry. Oh, near Mekayan, after the water was about. Enquiry. You see?
Because Uncle the Papa Moa, Uncle Sassam the sea,
that very day. Bawumia ho, chairman ho, general secretary ho, organizer ho. Party none ho.
Yeah.
It was a couple to me. From me, no. When you're first one you also the world's one in suddenly and peck because I do know ye baba dasi. Yes, our party name gas here, ebeba. Nemoye no, moye gu party name masinti. Pamucho, Mamu Mobianca will be once and be more someone, and a more individual problem is some platform which number not obey.
But Chairman Bute, you are the first national vice chairman of the party. As we see here, one you know, and you be able to answer to any demand. I am paying for Amuka the national executives no one.
Amuka team no ho kwa
team no Amukoro. And you be able to have general secretary. Because say general secretary count. And I make
I need the party chairman.
17 no so where common sense you know was am sanko fro go we job.
Oh, what's that common sense?
Yes. Nyame na was am go we job. Also mu no stop no mano. Sisi a de no nkoye no. Ni papa mu na ke pe o. And sisi akoye bibi o. Division, sisi a division abeda Nanado and Bawumia.
Oh,
I'm telling you because
division
may catch road.
But I got Nanado, Nana Ebo Bawumia.
See me, now some of kind no. To say, you be 12 bar, I be catch this near Koto petrol. On the Koto petrol.
Nanado.
Petrol year 2 Nanado and I say, well, ubi any more free.
I know correct because I had a conversation with the bulk oil storage association. Chairman. Can say it is the determining of the prices of the increase or decrease of fuel in Ghana here is devoid of political machinations. Yes. He said it on the program today.
Good. Now can we now can say arrogance of power or something.
Yeah, arrogance of power.
Good. Power now you buy and one leader. Is it not Nanado?
Sure.
You are the second person. So Okasa was so arrogant. Oh,
and you feel
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. One more ministers, one more DCs, one more no support to Nanado, one more you know was arrogant. One more Abu Befu. Something na first them because I can say free or no one ever. Say even a part of your friend say
Michael Okoye report
now. I was free chairman and as a general secretary never. That means nipa don't do buy no only no a problem.
And you feel there's a problem now?
Yes. She said me just as something or no. I didn't know I the division aba. I'm telling you because some no kind of one. I can tell you for sure. Me minim Nanado the me ko ho I na minim ni o but minim say the problem be Nanado ni on ntem because we second in command.
You are just conjecturing.
Yes. So say ufri say Nanado aye dey bi ana say bibi by na wo mpa go to him, sit down with him. He levy na say he levy obi anim say na onyintu
na onyintu
obi anim the why I say and now yeah, quite Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving tour.
Thanksgiving tour. Ne was here and say, I was say, ye poor much. Ne more regime. So, the more regime. Ne more uncranche. Seven. Oh, Minianum, ye to be a weenie, and you will be a faster than Benjamin. Bonibia ubia ye bia wa okotu me de meja chemo me so sema ye obi boni na ba sa ba ya mo mfa ncheme ye nyina na ye party said ne wa nya bibia o chena yakopon ya adom na ye nyina ye party no party ne ba power wo so benya de wa nya de a wo fase benya de wa nya wo fase nya de a wo ba benya de inti mesemo na mo nyina bonibia party ne dia ye mo na mem dia ye mu bia ye ntwa so na ye move party forward. This is the message.
Sompa FM.
So what you say? Na nyafe na wo dem obi. Arrogance of power, edebe blah 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 blah. So necessary. Nyafe na wo ye blame game. So necessary. And I am party from pen for na kwai ka so mo jitum say. I niasi bia ye na ye ya party ne dey. Elusu. Ndi mo fan chaye. Mo na mo to aba no ma ye ne bae. Ye try say ye be bi but ni ade na ye no anye yi nti se boni bi ne ba ya I be ye free ye mo fa che se free flagbearer no so a mo fa che no se free Nanado a mo fa che o na me che no dey play nim so that so we Nanado awaba we ye kan nipa awaba we awaba it is say can pressure sem so na ye can unite ye
na kabum nya den. But said they will propose say national executives. I was say no ye free or now ye new crop of ideas. No. Do you think that with a flag bearer to the party must sacrifice
your former flag bearer.
I know the delegates no opinion. Mean to be trying.
But what do you think?
Maybe say delegates no be ni papa my me obi o be na bia no meso no. Obi a o be na bia meso no. Enna me pe post ansa na makwa ye adwuma de aba party no. Because 2016 na me regional chairman bio. And so me the campaign me say sika
2016
yes. Me campaign ba me say sika so pa na me ni post bia. In the mean continue fee na maka say party ya bre one na be do that me o. Me say 92 tama Rollins be declare you know. Me say you chase me sa 96 senya NDC boy we are any free club back for so a nkom kume.
Wow.
Eso betwo division division abeda Nanado and Bawumia.
Oh,
I'm telling you because
division Chabude that's it. NPP, thank you to no moda so kwana.
Eso ba break kakra. Eso ma break kakra. Oma break kakra.
Super FM. Thank you to no ma breaky.
Me sure. Me na me mama unity to be frank because me follow where me that down. Man follow. But me buy my say omo ekọ baby ti omo kwa yebi wo baby so di omo ko.
Ah, he no moko.
I think UK also.
Ah, omo kwa abruchiri.
Yeah.
Omo go thank you to no.
Omo kwa ye ho so they say your branches so ho nyina nti omo ye nyina na omo ba.
Nti omo ko no ken di omo echi ana.
O dabi wa.
Ken anka ho bi.
Dabi. That's why they all withdraw from the omo draw no withdraw.
Ah, nti no still a onya ma. They be on back Kumase no. Ah, se kan wo bi the be mu no. E na no resign. Wanye say obesa akobio. But Sasem now can say all the national executives of the party, as I say, man modern war year the 2024 elections, you know, ebuno munyina no. Do you still stand by that comment? Who's in national executives of the new patriotic party? You still stand by that statement?
By that, yeah.
What's the sound arguing?
There will be someone doing
attacks me and ma also.
Now, me a stubborn gadrow.
Chairman Bute also heading.
Me a stubborn gadrow.
Stubbornness in what?
Sir, Obaka say, because I'm a cassa say, well, me fish a margin, near margin, no, and into where I attack me when family cry.
You still hold on to that. Don't you think, sir, it's because of, sir, Uni Pepasa Obesa running for that office? And
yes, me say, yam perform. Ye my 137 seats. And yes, you copy be become. You trying about 88 or 80 something. Is it 88?
88.
And you won't hear say, ye executive your way, will be a become press. Opebu yemme new ideas mra no me for party no nyina because party no yete ye no na nya de a yesi kasam ni ade te se de na so ya yesi kasam no yete ye no chese wow bre no wakopa bibi kakara body aye party no na ekuyenim but see now you look as if akwa yesi kasam nti we am so be fi be o but anya good.
Elections in the new patriotic party at the national executive level no akwakwa isikasem
me feel say I was see ye party no chain ne benya o ne make what you say because party no ho no say baby asisi a aduru ne baby e dey ko no mfata party no.
So you still feel say the current crops of national executives, you know, that's so a war number 2028 elections now. What said in Google?
Miss MY
M1 extra say mobedi in Google.
Masa ba mika se mi show.
BT.
Party no. Ye enti say this voya you say wow you fagbara we no ye leader no. NPP ntisa.
Senate.
NPP there o ye fagbara we ye hwan the chairman, the national chairman of the party, only a leader.
Even Wabra, my pound say
yes,
or yeah, the flag bearer
yes.
of the party.
Because this is Nibibia whom say, wow, we are flag bearer, one or a leader in him. By you know, I say yeah chapels no. And the leader near the chairman of the party. Your friend saying, thank you to your Mukoye.
Sure.
As some is see what the man in Krada Bricum or something.
They see what
Bricum.
Yeah. Between Abronye and Honorable Kennedy, Japan. Yeah.
I was say party hierarchy, I'm quite to say chairman and general secretary.
General secretary.
I'm point, you know, I'm from you know. Announces that I'm going to speaker no. I'm going to make it free. I use no. I was almost passing meeting and I said, "You're my enemy." Then it ends there. But so many years ne wom no ma be kumase obi akọ be sikai we say man draw we say
national chairman so that pass o yare
a whole regional chairman obi di ba kwatem sa what is this? I don't know kabom ne yakoye ya na se yakotiti mu. Right there na ka was about Yanji speaker no kra wo contable mu mi nyina. And what is the interest?
And which na Abronya so sakotana wunti.
And I say Abronya after that no say ya dia omu no kasa kire omu wa after say omu no encounter the buy no enka enkoba say Abronya be say ba be radio so abedi di kenatem as regional chairman. The whole regional chairman
and the national executives of the party muso Mayan Shahain.
Yes.
Mayan Shahain.
At the enkoye oh, near me, I feel what was about. Anyway, you see,
because Uncle the Papa Moa, Uncle Sassam, the sea,
that very day, Bawumia, chairman or general secretary or organizer or party none or
yeah.
It was a couple to me from me. When you're first one in the also the world's one in the suddenly and peck. Because I do know ye baba dasi. Yes, our party name was say ebeba. Nyamuye no moye gu party name was inti. E pomocho mamu mo bianka obi akwan sem bi mo semwa. And mo individual problem a semo. Nye platform which number na obi ehu.
But Chairman Bute, you are the first national vice chairman of the party. As we see here, one ye no. And you be anu the sansusu ye ne de ma mpanyinfo amuka the national executives no ana.
Amuka team no ho kwa
team no omukoro. And you be all this hardware ma general secretary. Because me say general secretary kan.
And I make sure
I need the party chairman.
17 no so kan. Na nka so mo ye. We are common sense. You know was am sanko fro we go with job.
Oh, we say common sense.
Yes. Nyame na was am koka we job. Also mo hu. Also mo hu. No mo stop no mano. Sisi a de no nkoye no. Ni papa na kepe and so say akoye bibi ho. Division, say division abeda Nanado and Bawumia.
Oh,
I'm telling you because
division
me catch road.
But anya Nanado nana ebo Bawumia.
See me. Na asama okokan no. To say koto petrol mu. One koto petrol mu.
Nanado.
Petrol year 2 mu Nanado ana say well
because I had a conversation with the bulk oil storage association. Chairman. Can say it is the determining of the prices of the increase or decrease of fuel in Ghana here is devoid of political machinations. Yes. He said it on the program today.
Good. Now can we now can say arrogance of power or something.
Yeah, arrogance of power.
Good. Power na you buy, when leader. Is it not Nanado?
Sure.
You are the second person. So also arrogant. Oh,
and you feel.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. One more, ministers, one more DCs, one more no support Nanado, one more also arrogant. One more abubefu. First day because I can say free or no one ever. Say even a part of your friend say
Michael Okoye report
now. I was a free chairman and as a general secretary never. That means nipa no do buy no only no a problem.
And you feel there's a problem now?
Yes. She said me just as something or no. I then I the division aba. I'm telling you because I can tell you for sure. me minim na nado na yi me ko ho ai na minim ni o but minim say e denya the problem beba na nado ni on ntem because we second in command.
You are just conjecturing.
Yes. So say ufi say na nado aye dey bi ana say bibi by na wompa, go to him, sit down with him. Ni levi na say levi obi anim say na onyintu
na onyintu
obi anim the why I say and now yeah kwa Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving
tour ne was here say e was say ye poor mo chow ne mo ma reshim so e mo ma nkranse sem oh minu anam ye tumi awini enya hwe bibia ye fast da banyame boni bia obia ye bia wa okoto yi wa okoto me de meja acha mo me so se maye obi boni ne ba sa ba ya mo mfa ncheme ye nyina na ye wo party se ne wa enya bibia o chena nyakopon ya adom na ye nyina ye party na party ne ba power wo so benya ode wa nya ode a wo fast benya de wa nya wo fast benya de a wo ba benya de inti mesemo na mo nyina boni bia party bia ye mo na me bia ye mo bia ne ye ntwa so na ye move party forward. This is the message.
Sumpa FM.
So what say? Na nyafe na wo ko dem obi. Arrogance of power, edebe blah 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 blah. So necessary. Nyafe na wo ko ye blame game. So necessary. And I am party from penifo na kwai ka so mo gitum say. I niasi bia ye na ye ya party ne dey. Elusu. Inde mo fanche ye. Man no mo to aba no ma ye ne bae. Ye try say ye be bi but ni ade na ye no anye yi enti se boni bi ne ba ya abia ye free ye mo fa che se free flagbearer no so a mo fa che no se free nanado a mo fa che oh na me che no dey ye kwa nim so that so we nanado awaba we ye kan nipa awaba we awaba enti da say kan crash sem so na ye ka unite ye
na kabom nya den. But said you propose say national executives see. I was say munyina no ye munyina free or now ye new crop of ideas no. Do you think that with a flag bearer to the party must sacrifice your former flag bearer?
I know delegates no opinion.
But what do you think?
Maybe say delegates no be ni papa ma ye. Me obi o me yi na ba bia no meso no. Obi a ombe yi number bia meso no enna me pe post ansa na makwakwa ye adwuma dia party no because 2016 na me na me regional chairman bio and so me the campaign me say sika 2016 yes me campaign ba me say sika so pa na me post bia in the mean got traffic, like I said, party ya brother once and able to tell you. Me say 92 Tama Rollins the declare you know. Me say you chase me sa 96 Senya NDC boy we are and any free crew back home for sua and come me.
Wow.
As we tell division, division abeda Nanado and Bawumia.
Oh,
I'm telling you because
division. Chabude. That's it. NPP, thank you, Toro. Muda sukwana.
Eso ma breaki kakra.
Sumpa FM.
Thank you, Toro. Ma breaki.
Me sure. Me na me mama yin to be frank, me case me follow where me da down. Man follow. But me buy my say omo ekọ baby nti omo kwa yibi wo baby so di omo ko.
He no moko.
I think UK also.
Omo kwa bruchiri.
Yeah.
Omo kwa thank you to no.
Omo kwa ye also they say your branches so ho nyina nti omo ye nyina na omo ba.
Nti omo kwa no ken di omo echi ana.
O da wa.
Ken anka ho bi.
That's why they withdraw from the omo do no withdraw.
Nti no still awon ma. They be omba Kumase no. Sikan wo bi the be mu no. E na no resign. Wanye say obesa akobio. But Sasem now can say all the national executives of the party, as I say,
mambo modern ewo the 2024 elections no ebu no munyina no mumrefie moyempam do you still stand by that comment? What's the national executives of the New Patriotic Party? You still stand by that statement?
By that, yeah.
What's the sound doing?
There have been someone doing
attacks me and ma also.
Now, me stubborn aground.
Chairman Bute also heading.
Me stubborn aground.
Stubbornness in what?
Sir, Obaka say Oba because I'm a cassa say one me fish a man near man no. And into be attack me when family cry.
You still hold on to that.
I know the family grandma power Obia or Bibia power attack me family.
Don't you think, sir, it's because of sir Uni Pepasa Obesa running for that office and
me say yam perform. Ye my 137 seats. And yes, you copy be a become. You are trying about 88 or 80 something. Is it 88?
88.
And you won't say, ye executive your way will be a become press or pay you. New ideas, mra. No matter party, because party no, yet you know, Nanya dia yesi kasam ni ade ade say and say yes kasam no. Yet you know, just wow bre no ko bibi kakra na body aye party no na ekuyenim. But you see now you look as if akwe kasam nti we am so be baby but anya good.
Elections in the New Patriotic Party at the national executive level no. Akwakwa yesi kasam.
Me feel say I was see ye party no change ni ebenya. O dey make what you say. Because party no ho no so baby as see aduru ni baby e dey ko no enfata party no.
So you still feel say the current crops of national executives no eda so e wo ho na mo 2028 elections na
emwaye
mo be say di ngugo
miss emwaye
emwa mo e kire say mo be di ngugo
masa ba mka se mi show
bitie
party no ye nti say this voya ye say wow ye fagbara uno ye leader no NPP nti sa
Senate
NPP there o ye fagbara o ye hwan the chairman the national chairman of the party on ye leader
even Wabra more pound say
yes
or ye the flag bearer of the party
because ni bibia wom say wow ye fagbara uno ye leader enim ba ye no I say ye chairperson no. And the leader near the chairman of the party. Your friend saying, thank you to your Mukoye.
Sure.
As sama see what the man in Kuana Bricum or something.
They see what Bricum. Yeah. Between Abronye and Honorable Kennedy, Japan. Yeah.
I say I was say party hierarchy. I'm quite to say chairman and general secretary.
General secretary.
I'm from you know. And now so omoji speaker no omoji mic free ayisem no e was so mo baso miru nyina say yomo ye nenye then it ends there but so man yen sa ne wom no ma bakuma se obi akọ obi sikai we say man draw we say
national chairman so the abase wo yare
a whole regional chairman obi di ba kwatem sa what is this I don't know nkabom ne ekoye ya na se ekotiti mu. Right there na ka was about Yanji speaker no kra wo contable mu miru nyina. And what is the interest?
Enu achi na Abronya so sakotena wuntumi.
And I say Abronya after that no say ya dia owo miru no kasa kire owo wa after say owo miru no encounter the buy no a enka enkoba say Abronya be say ba be radio so abedi Kenatem as regional chairman. The whole regional chairman
and the national executives of the party, Musu, Mayan Shahai.
Yes.
Mayan Shahai.
At the Enquay. Oh, near Mekayan, I feel what to Masiba. Enquay. You see?
Because Uncle the Papa Moa, Uncle Sassam, the sea,
that very day, Bawumia, chairman or general secretary or organizer or party none or
yeah.
It was a couple to me. From me, when you're first one in also the world's one in suddenly and peck because I do know ye baba dasi. Yes, our party name gas here, ebeba. Nemoye no, moye gu party name masinti. Pamucho, Mamu Mobianco will be once and be more someone, and a more individual problem about the seven. Yet platform which number na obi
But Chairman Bute, you are the first national vice chairman of the party. As we see here, one year no, and you be able to sense you any demand. I am paying for Amuka the national executives no one.
Amuka team no ho kwa
team no Amukoro, and you be able to have general secretary. Government say general secretary count.
Na make sure.
I need the party chairman.
17 no so count. Na nka so mo ye. Where common sense, you know, was a sample for a job.
Oh, was it common sense?
Yes. You know, was a coca with job. Also, no stop with no mano. Sisi, I didn't know. Ni papa na kepu, and Sisi, I could be your division. Sisi, division about Nanado and Bawumia.
Oh,
I'm telling you because
division.
Me catch road.
But aya nana ebo Bawumia.
See me. Na asama okaka no. Ti say, ye be to aba, e be catch 3 days ni akoto petrol mu. Ho ne koto petrol mu.
Nanado.
Petrol ye tumu a nanado ana say, well, obi ani mo hwe.
Aya no correct because I had a conversation with the bulk oil storage association. Omo chairman. Ono can say it is the determining of the prices of the increase or decrease of fuel in Ghana here is devoid of political machinations. Yes. He said it on the program today.
Good. Now can we now can say arrogance of power or something.
Yeah, arrogance of power.
Good. Power now you buy one leader. Is it not Nanado?
Sure.
You are the second person. So Okasa was so arrogant. Oh.
And you feel
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. One more ministers, one more DCs, one more no support to Nanado Bawumia, you know, also be arrogant. Omo nyina abubefu. Sasa me na first dem kaja say na can say free or no ho na eba. Say even a part of your friend say
Michael Okoye report na
I was free chairman and as a general secretary on eba. Oko kasa pepe that means nipa na do buy no only no a problem.
And you feel there's a problem now?
Yes. She said, "Me, just as I'm not. I didn't know I the division aba. I'm telling you because some no kind of one. I can tell you for sure. Me minim nanado the me ko ho. And I minim no okay. But minim say the problem beba nanado no in them. Because we second in command.
You are just conjecturing.
Yes. So, say, Ufri say, Nana do I DB and answer, I be by now one part. Go to him, sit down with him. He levy will be him, said now on yin to
now yin to be
him. The why I say, and now. Yeah, quite Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving tour.
Thanksgiving tour. There was a and say, I was say, your poor child. Name more regime. So the moment we shim near more uncranse. Seven. Oh, Minianum, yet we are winning, and yet we are faster than Benjamin. Bonibia, Ubia, Bia, welcome to you, welcome to me, my jacham. Mr. Sama, you will be born in the Bassa Baya, Monfan Chame. In any old party. Said never in your Bibia. Or China, Yakupoya, don't know your party, no party in power. Once will be your day, when you're the offers be your when you're offers in the Babian day. Intimate seven. No one in be a party in the air, and I remember you be an chasel. Then you move party forward. This is the message.
Sompa FM.
Sort as here. Now, Yafi now call them will be arrogance of power, a dear blah 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 blah. So necessary. Nyafe na woko ye blame game. So necessary. And I am party from pen for na kwai ka so mo jitum say. I ni asibia ye na ye ya party ne dey. Elusu. Ndi mo fancha ye. Mo na mo to aba no ma ye ne bae. Ye try say ye be bi, but ni ade na ye no anye yi. Nti se boni bi ne bae a I be a ye free ye mo fancha ye. Se free flagbearer no so a mo fancha no. Se free nanado a mo fancha. Oh na me che no. Dey kwa nim. So that so we Nanado waba, we can nipa waba, we waba. It is I was a can precious some. So na ye can unite ye.
Na kabom nya den. But said you propose say national executives yi. I was say munyina no yeyi munyina free or na yenya new crop of ideas no. Do you think that with a flag bearer to the party must sacrifice your former flag bearer?
I know the delegates no opinion.
But what do you think?
Maybe say delegates no be ni papa man me obi o me yi na bia no meso no obi a o me yi na bia meso no enna me pe post ansa na makwa ye adwuma dia ba party no because 2016 na me regional chairman bio and so me the campaign me say sika
2016
yes me campaign ba me say sika so pa na me ni post bia in the mean control fee na maka say party ya bre one na be do that time yo me say 92 tama Rollins be declare you know me say you chesi me sa 96 senya NDC boy we a ene ne free club akọ fosu a nkom kume
wow
eso betiwo division abeda Nanado and Bawumia.
Oh,
I'm telling you because
division. Chawabude. That's it. NPP. Thank you, Toro. Muda sukwana.
Eso mabriki kakra. Eso mabriki kakra. Mabriki kakra.
Super FM. Thank you, Toro. Mabriki.
Me sure. Me na me mama yinti to be frank because me follow where me da down. Man follow. But me buy my say omo ekọ baby nti omo kwakọ yebi wo baby so di omo ko.
Ah, he no moko.
I think UK also.
Ah, omo kwa bruchiri.
Yeah.
Omo go thank you to no.
Omo kwa ye ho so dey say your branches so ho nyina nti omo ye nyina na omo ba.
Nti omo ko no ken di omo echi ana.
O dabi wa.
Ken anka ho bi.
Dabi. That's why they all withdraw from the omo do no withdraw.
Ah, nti no still a onyama. Dey be omba Kumase no. Ah, se kan wo bi the be mu no. E na no resign. Wanye say obesa akobio. But Sasem now can say all the national executives of the party, as I say, man modern war year the 2024 elections, you know, ebuno munyinano mumrefie muyempamunyina. Do you still stand by that comment? Who see national executives of the new patriotic party? You still stand by that statement?
By that, yeah.
What's the sound I'm doing?
There been someone doing
attacks me and also.
Now, me stubborn gadra.
Chairman Bute also heading.
Me stubborn gadra.
Stubborn as in what?
Say, Oba say, Oba,